Here. Yes, we're live out here. Floyd Mayweather has started begging for Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, to leave his young squire alone. He don't want them bothering. Little Gervonta Davis. He got him wrapped in 10 feet of concrete, bubble wrap on the inside. I might have to start spitting during these lives because that beat is mean, man. That beat is crazy. I might have to cook something up. I don't know. Dennis was good. Drew was good. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Floyd Mayweather. He don't want nobody bothering Gervonta Davis. Telling Shakur Stevenson, leave him alone. He telling Devin Haney to leave him alone. Why would they do that? If he a superstar, like you say, then why would they leave him alone? If he a superstar, that's more reason for them to go after him. Ain't that what y'all do to Canelo? Ain't that what they be doing to Canelo? Christopher was good. Michael was good. How does it work? When you one of the biggest names in boxing, when you one of the faces in boxing, the way that they claim Gervonta is a face in boxing, right? If you that, people supposed to come after you, man. They supposed to call you out. They supposed to want to fight you. The formula that Floyd want to use for Davis ain't even the formula that he used in his own career because he made a name for himself fighting people that needed to be fought. You can say what you want about when he fought them, but he fought them. Whereas with Gervonta, you don't want him to fight nobody. No one. Shout out to Chris Price. Appreciate the super chat. Que lo que, manín, de Sen, que lo que. High King of the Midwest. Hey, Dennis in the building. Felipe, que lo que, manín. Old Dirty. LeBron in the building. 9187. Doro in the building. Jake Flint in the building. Crazy in the building. You know what I mean? Ese tipo un pendejo. Eso es lo que es. Ese tipo un pendejo. Y está miedoso. Porque él sabe, como yo sé, como ustedes saben, que el Shakur Stevenson le parte la madre a ese muchacho, que lo que es. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, like, that's not even the formula that Floyd employed in his own career to get to where he got to. He never would have became the cash cow of boxing, being guided away from his contemporaries on the premise that they don't have the same marquee value that he has. Because if that's the case, then he never would have fought Cotto. Cotto didn't have the same marquee value that he had, but he was someone that you needed to fight. You know, Robert Guerrero, Chino Maidana, these guys, they didn't have Floyd's marquee value. So where does this excuse come in that because, Davis don't need those guys. He don't need those fights. How is that an excuse? You know, those guys don't sell nothing. What the fuck was Marcos Maidana selling? What was Robert Guerrero selling? You know what I mean? It's stupid, in other words, that you're basically saying that unless the fighter has the same marquee value as Davis, they don't deserve a fight. But none of those guys that Floyd fought had the same marquee value that he had. Still fought him. Que lo que, manín? Tú sabes. Hey, Alfredo in the building, Danny Lopez in the building. Que lo que, manín? It doesn't make sense. Or is it that the only way you could make it make sense is you don't want him fighting those fighters because he's all you got? You lose him, Mayweather Promotions don't have another seller. They don't got another guy that sells tickets. Forgive my eyes. I was swimming all day, and I got that glaucoma vision. Have you seen me squinting? My eyes is foggy. I swimming a lot. I don't know how I got these lungs because I smoke like a motherfucker, but I can hold my breath for a long while. Even in retirement, Lil Floyd wants to avoid prime athletic black American fighters. Apparently so, because you don't want to put Gervonta in there with Shakur. He know what's going to happen. At the end of the day, I've been saying it. Young Shakur Stevenson from New Jersey, East Coast, he'll play with Gervonta. And Floyd know that, even if Gervonta don't. He knows Shakur play with him. The pure boxer versus the boxer puncher that looks for a window of opportunity to get off a counter shot. That window won't open with Shakur because he's too responsible. He's quick like you quick. He's a southpaw like you a southpaw, but he's a little taller than you, a little longer than you, probably just as fast, if not faster, but he's defensively responsible. He's a cerebral kind of fighter. He's not going to do no dumb shit like Rolly. He's not going to do no dumb shit like Leo Santa Cruz. And that's why you don't want them guys to fight him. Devin Haney, similar situation, but he's an orthodox fighter. Leads with the left hand, jabs with the left hand. Shakur jabs with the right. But it's a similar situation. Devin not going to go out there doing no dumbass shit, get counted. And like, he ain't, come on, B. Like, that's why you want him fighting guys like Rolly, guys like Isaac, guys like Leo. Like, come on, B. You're not too big to fight people with a post. You're never too big in the sport of boxing to fight somebody with a post. And that's the excuse that Leonard Ellerby and Floyd Mayweather try to give people, that Gervonta's so big that he don't need nobody. How the fuck he too big to fight people when Floyd wasn't too big to fight people? When Canelo himself is bigger than Gervonta and he fight damn near everybody. Y'all want him to fight damn near everybody and y'all want Gervonta to fight nobody. Tank can't age these guys out either. Nope. What they did to Vasyl Lomachenko, they cannot do to young Shakur Stevenson, the bad man from New Jersey. Told y'all before, say it again. He'll undress Gervonta Davis. He'll play with him. He'll make him look like he never boxed a day in his life. See what he did to Oscar Valdez? Oscar didn't win a round. Oscar didn't win a round. He didn't win one round. All right? That's what Shakur Stevenson and the southpaw jab of Shakur Stevenson can do to you. All right? Moving, punching, staying off the line, moving his head. Southpaw jab. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If the guy in the chat case study thinks it's cat, hop on the panel, tune into the channel. Yo, man, this beat is crazy, man. Like, I might have to spit something. I might have to write something. I might start off every show with this beat, but spit something. Like, Tank is a champ, always fighting bums. He don't want Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. Hey! 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 Said Tank is a chump, always fighting bums. He don't want Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. Chill, that shit was hot, yo. Nah, I'm gonna do it again. That's gonna be the anthem. I said Tank is a chump, always fighting bums. He don't want Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. Hey! I just came up with that off the dome, yo. Like, I'm like Cassidy or somebody, yo. I am. Tank is a chump, always fighting bums. He don't want Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson. Beat the drum, punch him in the mouth. How you from Baltimore, but you living in the South? Oh, that shit was hot fire. But on some real shit, yo. Floyd really scared to death of these young gunners that's coming through because they making, little by little, the movements of a Devin Haney, the movements of a Shakur Stevenson are making Gervonta Davis look bad because they're not afraid to take chances. They're young up-and-comers. They're younger than Gervonta. But you see how Shakur moved. He just beat two champions back-to-back. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit about, Jamel Herring this or Oscar Valdez that. I don't want to hear that because y'all motherfuckers happy seeing Tank fight a dude that ride the short bus. Y'all literally, we supposed to be high on Tank beating Rolly Romero that ride the short bus. The extra short bus. Enough. You can't criticize the quality of competition on none of those fighters. Devin Haney out here fighting all the guys that Ryan didn't want to fight, that he pulled out on them. Jojo Diaz, he pulled out on him. Jorge Linares, he pulled out on him. Imagine Ryan going to Australia without his Teddy Ruxpin. He would never. But Devin did. Undisputed champion, 23 years old. He would never. Michael Giles in the building, Aldo in the building, Amok in the building. Lennox was the best. You know what I mean? You can't play that stupid ass game that y'all like to play with Canelo. Rolly Romero, what? Isaac Cruz, huh? For your Isaac Cruz, I raise you a 2-division champion in Oscar Valdez. For your Rolly Romero, I raise you a Jamel Herring, WBO champion at the time. What are you trying to convince people of? That these guys that Gervonta Davis is fighting is better fighters than them. Stop it. Stop. Cervecero, que lo que, manín? Y'all already know, man. Got the music playing and the chicken cooking, and my wife got a soft butt. I'ma touch it. All right, I'm sorry. It's a compliment. All right. I'm not gonna say nothing. All the urban blogs are questioning Tank now after that Gilly interview, and Floyd is playing spin doctor. He has to, he has to, because the thing is, Floyd knows boxing. Floyd knows boxing. All right, he knows boxing, and he knows that if he puts Gervonta in there with a boxer, he gonna look like he never boxed a day in his life. If he put him in there with a boxer, a pure boxer, stick and move, hit and not get hit, stay off center, keep your head off the line, half step back with the jab with the 1-2-1, jab right hand back to the jab, bro, Gervonta gonna look like he never fought before, because he only look good with guys that make mistakes. If the guy don't make a mistake, he gonna look crazy. Look at what a little bit of jabbing from Rolly Romero did. Rolly Romero, if you what they say you are, Rolly should not be winning rounds against you. He really shouldn't. Not a round. If Shakur Stevenson could go in there with Oscar Valdez, 2-division unbeaten champion on the team, Oscar Valdez, if he could go in there and pitch a shutout, you should be able to go in there with a Rolly Romero and pitch a shutout. You should. If you what they say you are. But I know that you're not what they say you are. I know that. Chris Eubank Jr. seemed like the type of dude who goes on dating sites for midgets. He's a weird dude, man. He's a weird dude. I ain't gonna front. Chris Eubank Jr., you know what I mean? He about to fight Conor Ben. I'm not happy about it, but I'm gonna stay away from that subject on this live because I just did an episode of the relay on it. So I'm gonna stay away from that. We're gonna talk about some Gervonta Davis. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some Tszyu and Jermell Charlo. It's Jermell Charlo. Tszyu, what's new? Went from Australia to Kalamazoo. Oh. We gonna talk about Charlo versus Tszyu. We gonna talk about Gervonta Davis ducking all these fighters. We gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about Javier Fortuna from the sun to the Luda. And of course, Kazuto Ioka y Dani Nietes. Ya tu sabes, manín. All right, let's cut the music. That shit is distracting me. I'm gonna cut it off because it's distracted me. All right, let's get to it. I'm gonna post the link in the chat. Appreciate that, Willie. Tank is a pint-sized chump. Claims to be a champ, but he ain't fighting nothing. Haney, Shakur, and Garcia, and you fighting bums in a regular strap and half the cash, no style or cap. Ooh. Country in the building. I got you, country. I got you. Yeah, I mean? So I'm gonna open up the channel to the pad. Open up the chat to the panel. Jesus, it's getting tongue twisted. And I want to start off with those who might have saw Kazuto Ioka successfully defend his WBO title this morning against Dani Nietes. I picked Kazuto to win that fight on points. That's exactly what he did. I had him winning at least 8 rounds, maybe 9. I didn't see Dani Nietes convincingly win. I didn't see Dani convincingly win more than maybe 3 rounds. And it's not because Dani was bad. Like, you could see that Dani still got it to a degree. On some level, he still got it. It's guys that he would beat, but he kept falling short. Because what I seen with Kazuto Ioka, this is the beauty of Kazuto Ioka. He's not as flashy as Chocolatito, to where the inside game is so flashy. And he don't have, like, the fancy feet of a Bam Rodriguez. But the real genius of Kazuto Ioka is in the simplicity of what he does. Double, triple up the jab, straight right hand to the body, short left hook on the inside. And it's all smooth. It's all water. And the genius of Kazuto Ioka and what makes him a good fighter is, while nothing really stands out like speed or power or footwork or anything like that, it all comes together nicely that he does a lot of things well. So who caught Ioka versus Nietes this morning?
I did not.
Not
I
me.
didn't. I did not. I had work, bro.
I know Isan did.
I did, but like it was tough to stay up, man, because also the links were fucked up, man. It was freezing.
They was.
I
The
found
links
a good
was
one,
trash. I went back to sleep.
But it was through. Here it is. It was through a stream where they filmed their TV.
No, yeah, that's how that's how I watched it, because the first link I had, it kept buffering. Obviously, we had to use the Dream Stream because there was no U.S. broadcaster for the fight. So really, if you was in America, that was the only way to watch the fight. But
which is I'm surprised because I believe we saw Ioka versus Tanaka. I guess what was it, 2020?
That's different. That was different because that was a major fight. Like that was a major fight. Whereas Nietes, that wasn't a major. It was a good fight, and he had the chance to get that back because Nietes beat him controversially a couple of years ago. I believe it was in 2016. Isan saw the fight. Isan, what'd you think of Kazuto, man? I agree. That makes sense.
That was very poignant. Very poignant.
Yeah, I'm speechless too.
I'm lost for words.
Nobody puts it like Isan puts it.
Ask him about Golovkin. He might show up.
No, I think he's fixing his eyebrows.
Isan, why your eyebrows are so perfect, my guy? Why is your eyebrows so perfect, bro? When you go to the barber, you be telling him to do your shits?
He's flossing them.
I don't like that shit, Isan. Your eyebrows can't be looking better than mine, bro. I don't respect that shit. Isan, stop doing your eyebrows, bro.
Is that Capricorn hate? Come on, baby.
I'm just saying, yo, why his eyebrow? I'm just saying, look. My man Isan, hold on. My man Isan, he met up with Kelly Reese. They was at the gym. He took a picture. Tell me why he looked like young Batman. You know how Batman got the natural arch?
I feel you. I saw the photo.
Oh, the Michael Keaton?
He got the Michael Keaton, bro. Like he really out here solving crimes and shit.
I'm Batman.
All right, Isan Keaton, what is your mic situation, bro?
Yo, is my mic better?
I can hear yours, but I don't hear Isan saying nothing.
Yeah, but why you flaming my son Isan for?
Because he doing his eyebrows, big.
Yeah, Isan's mic is like Chris Eubank's pen when it came time to sign the Golovkin contract.
Yo, bro, that shit so pissed me off, man. Like,
we ain't even gonna go in on that shit. We're not gonna go in on that shit. What I want to talk about right now is Tank Davis.
Man, do we have to?
Not again.
Let it out, bro.
I know.
Let it out, bro. Let it out, bro.
Because Jules said we're not even gonna talk about him no more.
I don't want to talk about this clown no more, bro.
Come on, let it out, bro. Let it out.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. We this is our fault because you know why? We fucked with Floyd the fighter, and real talk.
Hold on, y'all fucked with Floyd the fighter.
Floyd the promoter's a bitch, bro. I hate
straight up and down. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's keep it a buck.
Yo, can you hear me?
We need to get him out the game.
All right, hold on. All right, Isan mic is sorted. I just want to ask Isan. Nobody say nothing. I just want to ask Isan 2 questions. One, tell the truth, bro. You be doing your eyebrows?
No, bro, the natural. I keep showing Drew the picture.
Yo, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that
shit. Drew, be honest, bro. I showed you my throwback picture. My shit was the same.
As someone that maintains a natural arch in their eyebrows as well, I still get them cleaned up at the barber. So I know when someone gets them cleaned up, regardless if they natural.
Isan, just be real with me, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling.
Isan, you make sure the straggler eyebrows are taken away. I know that.
I'm gonna start.
I only get like 3.
Hold on. Yo, your name is not Isan no more. From now on, everybody on the panel. This goes to all of y'all. If you don't call him this, I'm gonna kick you off the panel. His name is Young Batman. Okay. Young Batman.
Why Young Batman? Why?
Call him Browson.
Why?
Because you look like Michael Keaton and Batman, like you really about to go solve all the crimes. So you Young Batman.
What's his name? Michael what?
Michael Keaton and Batman. That's before your time, bro. That's before your time. Now I'm gonna ask you. I know you saw the fight. What did you think of Kazuto Ioka, and how do you imagine he would fare with the top shelf super flyweights today?
Bro, Keegan, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Key and Peele, get the fuck out of here.
Key and Peele?
I just saw that shit. That's the guy. He's from that show, Key and Peele.
No, I know Key and Peele. Like, I'm just like, who said that? How do you feel he would fare with the top shelf, top level super flyweights based on what you saw this morning?
I think Chaco does him bad.
You think so, really?
Bam beats him. Yeah. Bam stops him probably. Estrada, man, I don't know about bro. Estrada is such a mystery right now because I thought he lost his last fight and it was over a year ago. So it's like and he had COVID. So it's like, bro, like I don't really know. Like, I mean, if it's the Estrada from that we saw in the last Chaco fight, it's a close ass fight just because Ioka is so technically sound, but he's so damn simple with it and he's so smooth. Like he moves and it's just like it flows naturally, but it's not flashy like you said. Doesn't power, footwork doesn't stand out, but it's all good. So Estrada, I don't know about.
Where do you rank, Ishan? Where do you rank in terms of the top super flyweights in the world, from 1 to 5? How do you rank them?
From like who I think is like the best, and just like I'm not gonna go off like I'm just like who I think is the best and would beat the guys. Chaco, Bam. It's like I want to say Estrada just because like it's Estrada, but again I don't know what that dude is at. But I'm gonna say Estrada just because I kind of know the picture to go off how he looked before. Estrada. Then I would go probably Ioka, then Martinez, then probably Franco.
All right.
How you feel about that?
I agree with it, but I wouldn't put Estrada so high because I don't endorse the robbery. You lost that fucking fight, bro.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, no, fuck that. All right, let me give you my real shit then now. You're right. All right.
The reason, if anything, and people not going to like this, I would put Ioka before Estrada.
I mean, yeah, I would too.
I would too.
He guys look back against Nietes, and again, I thought he lost his last fight clearly, and it's been over a fucking year, bro. You have not, bro. How did Chaco have a fight before you, and you got the W before him?
And bear in mind,
COVID that because you've been had this mandatory order too. This has been taking way too long.
Bear in mind, while you out with COVID, Ioka out here fighting people. He out here fighting people, and he a 4-division champion. You a 2-division champion. You 2 division. You're not no 4 division. He 4 division, bro. All right, and it's no controversy. When it comes to Ioka, if there's a controversy, it's that he should have won because he didn't lose the first Nietes fight. He didn't lose that shit, but
I don't think he did. Fuck no, they robbed him, bro. They robbed him. Let's be real. They robbed him.
The same way you fucking robbed.
I'm not gonna play that shit. They robbed him.
They robbed him the same way you robbed motherfucking Choco. Now let's get to more pressing matters. I'm gonna start with Chris. How are you gonna turn this guy into a star when he don't fight people that people want to see him fight? Like, how does it end? Where do you see this shit going? Because now it's not about Lomachenko no more, right? And it's not about Teofimo no more. But guess what? It's 2 new young gunners. It's Devin, it's Shakur, and you don't want to do shit with them either. Chris, when do people start saying, yo, enough is enough, fam? Like, you just don't want him to fight nobody.
The fan base that Gervonta has, they are not boxing fans. So it's never going to be enough for them because they're only here for the lifestyle and the dysfunction that Gervonta Tank Davis brings, because that dysfunction aligns with their dysfunction. That's basically that. From a boxing perspective, it's this. Tank Davis really wants to fight. He's going to make those fights, or he's going to leave Floyd Mayweather. And I don't think he's going to leave Floyd Mayweather, because at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather and Tank have a lot more similarities than what meets the eye. And one thing about Tank can be lazy. Tank can be not a fighter under Floyd, as opposed to Bob Arum or other places. Because imagine him under Eddie Hearn or Bob Arum. His schedule will be a lot harder, and we would see him in fights. I look at it like this. I was watching a interview with Michael Hunter's brother, Keith Hunter, who fights from 135 to 147. And Keith Hunter said, "Hey, Tank Davis for the first 2 rounds, because mind you, they sparred 4 rounds. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, I understand sparring, but we got to understand the mentality of Tank Davis here. Tank was sparring, he was hitting him hard the first 2 rounds. Keith Hunter is handling it well. From the last 2 rounds, 3 and 4, Keith Hunter, as he says it, I'm putting that shit on Tank. I'm hurting Tank. I'm keeping him outside out of range. I'm hitting him with right hands. I'm hitting him with shots that he's not liking. And in the sparring session, he went low. And, I let that rock. Then he went low again. I stepped. Keith Hunter said, I stepped back, saying, like, what we doing? And he tried to throw a right hook. And Michael Hunter comes into the ring, and, Floyd and Gervonta, back off. Yeah, because Michael Hunter, him being the older brother.
All right, hold up. Let me go to Yo It's Me. Yo It's Me, different question for you, bro. You see how things have been, and that things really aren't changing. That nothing's gonna change. He's not gonna leave Mayweather Promotions. We all know that. But if we all know that, then where is this going, and how does it end? If you had to guess, like, well, he ain't gonna fight no Shakur, he ain't gonna fight no Devin, so how does it end?
I see in 2. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I see in 2 more fights, the bullshit's gonna end.
How?
I think the fans are gonna realize he's not fighting anyone. He's fighting for Burger King belts and fighting for non-real world titles, and the fans are gonna catch on and they're gonna clown him. I'm gonna keep saying this. If any boxer today had Tank's resume, they'll be clowning him.
They would.
Yeah.
They would.
Yeah, he ducked so much people. It's not even a joke.
I mean, it's not, but it's like he's gotten away with it for so long that you started to wonder if people would ever catch on, because it's like they were following him blindly. That like, you really want him to be something that he is not. The things that you want him to be, Devin is. The things that you want him to be, Shakur is. Them kids, let me tell you something about Shakur Stevenson. He's 23 years old, fam. Jamel Herring, Oscar Valdez, back to back. It didn't take.
Shakur's 25. Devin Haney's 23.
Better still, fam. Whatever. All right. The point is, they fight in the fights that need to be fought, and you trying to sell people a dream that beating Isaac Cruz, that beating Rolly. Like, who the fuck are these people, fam?
Yeah,
who are these people?
I'm gonna say this. I think his fans think he's his prospect still.
Yo, they do though.
Yeah.
They really look at him like a young gun, and I'm like, fam, this dude is damn near 30.
I'm gonna say it, and no one's gonna like it, but who gives a fuck? His fans are intellectually inferior, so they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, let alone watching.
I agree.
Dude, you know what it is? They're cucks, so that's
no, not even. They don't even know what cucks is. So their IQ doesn't register on the IQ scale if you give them an IQ test.
No, I'm gonna be honest. What Drew said, even though it's comedic relief, it's actually true. He appeals to guys that are so fucking stupid they don't realize, he damn near 30. He damn near 30. He not a child.
His fan base is the cuck that thinks he's a 3-division champion, and when Jules asked him a question, he's like, "Shit, if I know."
He is a champion. He's a trans champion. He's a transgender champion.
No,
it's not even that, Sawab.
He's a 1-division champion biologically, but he identifies as a 3-division.
It's not even that, guys. It's like, you have how you say that he lives in a different parallel, that in a different universe that's parallel to the world of boxing reality. Well, his fans that are involved in that, right? Enough people are finding themselves buying these fucking fake Gucci bags in Canal Street, man, and they feel proud of it.
Yeah.
And so what Tank has is basically a Canal Street WBA belt. And they don't give a fuck because that shit is fun. Because he appeals to rubes. And the rubes all these white women that go on Canal Street, they buy that shit. They don't give a fuck.
We call them here in the UK the Sunday market bags.
The Sunday market. Shout out, wait, let me read this. Shout out to Cervecero. Yo, fam, Ryan and Tank can both keep fighting these cherries, and their fans will support them because the majority of their fans are casuals. That is true, but I will say this, Cervecero. The guy that Ryan is fighting this weekend, right? Ese tipo, él pelea bien. Javier Fortuna, él no es pendejo. Like, he's fought a lot of people. He fights all right. I would not call, like, I would say if one of the guys that Ryan fought was like a cherry, I would say it's to go, but not really. But I would say to go more than Fortuna, because I'm telling you, Fortuna, he all right. He not bad. He's not like a guy that a lot of people would willingly fight or want to fight unless you ain't got a choice. So I give him that.
True. But the difference between the fan bases is Ryan can only deal with that shit for so long to where the Mexican fans will pressure him like we did Canelo. And Canelo was like, fuck, to have to take we'll put the syringes, we'll put the mental health pressure on him. And Ryan can only float on okay guys for so long if he really wants to get support. Look how we did Canelo, Jules. We forced him to fight Triple G.
Pero, Ryan's fans are not the same kind of fans that Canelo has. Ryan's fans is guys that make TikTok videos. I could wholeheartedly say, listen, I don't even fucking have TikTok, bro.
Facts.
I've never made a TikTok video ever. All right, so Ryan's fans is guys that do TikTok videos. Ryan's fans is guys that do like lip syncing videos.
Yo, Jules. Yo, the nerve of the Mexicans to ever really get on Oscar De La Hoya's ass the way they did. The nerve of you niggas.
They couldn't see the future, though. They couldn't see the future.
It's not. You don't understand. It's not. They got on him specifically because it's the rivalry between he's born in America and Mexican. You'll never be accepted as a full Mexican by Mexicans when you're born in America.
Drew, can I say this? Who mic is that?
It's not me.
It's Chris.
It's Chris.
All right, I'm about to mute what I'm about to say is I don't really feel like, and I know I'm not Mexican, I'm Dominican, forgive me. I don't feel like Ryan is Mexican, bro. I feel like he like Ecuadorian or some shit, like Guatemala.
He even speaks Spanish too.
Wow.
He's just American.
I don't look Mexican.
He's from California, bro.
His name is Ryan.
But I feel like you know, Bam is Mexican, fam. Rayo is Mexican, fam. Like
Didn't he fight for the Mexican Olympics? I thought he did.
Who, Ryan?
No, Bam.
Oh no, Bam, yeah, but Bam is Mexican. Feel me? Like it's a lot of young guys coming through. Like Mark Castro, Cuban, I think, but he's more Mexican than Ryan.
I'm more Mexican than Ryan Garcia.
Ryan, as far as degrees of Mexicanismo, he's like a Taco Bell taco.
But Jude, can I say something about Ryan real quick?
Go ahead.
He's been on a lot of. He was on. Are you guys aware of the Big Boy show over there?
Nah.
The LA, it's like a huge LA platform for hip hop.
It's an LA version of the Breakfast Club.
He's been on a few big platforms, so they're pushing him hard out here.
No, look, I know they pushing him. I'm not even disagreeing. I'm just saying that looking at him, like, do I see the characteristics that are admirable about a Mexican fighter? Because everybody has characteristics. Everything has bullet points and boxes that need to tick off. And nah, you're not like Oscar was. You know, like I think that's a given. If you know anything about Oscar and you grew up in that era and you saw that, like, look, win or lose, he'll fight everyone, literally everyone.
Oscar was the dog.
It's that one thing. It's that one thing. You know what it is, Jules.
He walked in the gym and started crying.
Ryan has no chingon.
No, he don't.
It is.
Well, Oscar had to go through Julio.
Yep.
He had to go through Julio, and he wasn't going to be anything if he didn't go through Julio.
No,
so
I'm old like Jules. I'm old like Jules.
Bro, he literally said he walked in the gym and started crying.
Yeah, but I'm old like Jules. And when Oscar won that gold in the Olympics, the '92 Olympics, that was with the Dream Team the same year, and it was just it meant a big deal still to win gold for boxing in
But
America.
at the same time, put it like this, Drew. Remember that when Oscar came through, Chavez was still low key the man, and Oscar had that to try to like fill those shoes, sort of. Ryan, you don't even have to fill no shoes, my guy. You fucking you don't gotta fill nobody's shoes out here, bro. The world is your oyster, and you want to make lip sync and TikTok videos. It's like,
and Oscar, like I said, like Jules, Oscar benefited from that gold. If he doesn't win the gold, there's no Golden Boy.
Exactly.
Yeah, he earned that moniker, but Oscar built his celebrity off of the fights that he had.
Yeah,
that propelled him to crossover status, man.
Like,
but
for example,
Ryan just wants to be famous for just being famous. Like
he has TikTok.
He has all this tool set at his disposal to be internet famous. But is that going to translate to fucking pay-per-view buys? No.
It depends, because that's the reality is, right? That because shit is so weird these days, maybe he could get those weird fans that paint their pinky nail, because it's guys doing that shit, bro. They are doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit.
6ix9ine made it.
But yeah,
well, he's a New Yorker.
This is the new era.
Okay?
Don't start that bullshit, Drew.
He's a New Yorker and he's Puerto Rican.
Let me say this, right? The whole of New York need to be ashamed of themselves that they let him. Like, bro, you're not from around here. Because I could tell you right now, you could stand on Lennox for 7 hours, 7 days a week, 7 months out of calendar year. You will not see a motherfucker like 69, bro. You can stand on Lennox. You can stand on 7th. You can stand on 8th, say Nick. You could go up to Amsterdam. You not see nobody like that, fam.
I saw his high school photo, and I thought he looked Ecuadorian there. I didn't think he's Puerto Rican.
His mom Puerto Rican. That was my point. Puerto Rican. His dad Mexican.
I'm just saying that. I'm just one at a time. I'm just saying that you can't let pop culture give you a false idea of what's outside, fam. It's not nobody like that on fucking 5th, 7th, 8th, Lennox, St. Nick. Fucking Bradhurst, who, like, bro, where?
That's what I was gonna say about Tank and these guys are 6ix9ers. Like, this is the new era, though. That's what people want, in a sense. If they're getting the shine, that's why I mentioned that.
But it's like a persona. Like, the thing about Tank, and I think it was Chris that said it, that to them, it's not pugilism that draws them to Tank. It's an image. It's a lifestyle.
Yes,
it's not boxing like
it's peacocking, man. And it's like these guys are birds. This era is for the birds.
It is for the birds.
They're the first postmodern boxers.
A bunch of groupies.
Contemporary. Let me read the super chat. Let me read the super chat. Will says, imagine claiming to be Mexican, but can't speak a lick of Spanish. Ryan is the Dollar Tree version of ODHL. You know what he is? He's the vegan alternative. He's the tofu vegan alternative of Oscar, without the trans fats and without the flavor. Because I'm like, fam, like, the only similarities that you have with Oscar, True and D, is y'all both got a lot of hair. That's it. You're not as good as Oscar was. I could tell you that shit, right? Like, Oscar, boy, that motherfucker could fight.
Hey, let's not compare him to Oscar De La Hoya. He wants to be Jake Paul. He wants.
And the thing people complain about Oscar, he had his sexual proclivities. But when you could beat when you could beat motherfuckers up and bad bitches want you, you're gonna do some freaky shit.
And he was, you know what the other shit is?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
But hold on. Yeah, Oscar wore fishnets, but he was getting some pussy though. Think about that.
That's true.
I'm not telling y'all to wear fishnets. I'm just saying that when he did that weird looking shit, he was getting some pussy though. Like,
those fishnets were probably from a girl.
All I'm gonna say is, when you got bad bitches and you're doing blow and you're drinking, crazy shit fucking happens. That's just.
He knows.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to talk to y'all about this fight. This is the one we've all been waiting for a long time.
Why does he look homeless, bro?
Yo, Broner looked like he wondering like, why am I fighting?
Why y'all keep giving me fights? Child support payments are catching up, man. I'm sorry, man.
Yo, go ahead.
Up that Oscar De La Hoya point. I know Julio Cesar Chavez is looking at him now like, I really lost to this nigga twice who was on fishnet.
He was old. He was like 40 something.
Nah, he wasn't. He was actually only 32 when he lost those fights.
Really? Dang.
Legit, but you know what it was?
Though.
You know what it was? Old, let me say this. He wasn't old in terms of years, but by 32, that motherfucker fought like a million times, bro.
And he partied like crazy too. He was
that too. Partier. So he was like an old 32. Like, you know how Frankie Sanchez is 27? That's how Chavez was 32, bro.
And Julio's head was like a freaking Stonehenge. That dude's head is massive.
Julio was just the next version of Duran, fighting a lot, doing blow, and fucking horse. That's
drugs though.
I mean, that's what it was though, Drew. Right?
Hey, he literally lived in the hood like his whole career. I think
most of that shit. Now I want to talk to y'all about this fight, like no bullshit. You got Broner, you got Figueroa. I don't think it's a question of who wants it more. I think it's a question of who sucks more. So let me start with Frank. Frank. Who sucks more, bro? Broner or Omar?
It has to be the guy who used to be, you know, like the scene in Rocky, you know, like, yeah, but User never was, you know, like he's a has-been. You know, he's just could have been something.
So you feel like, because let me say this stylistically, right? Let's just say that at their best, right? Omar would have had the ingredients to make Broner uncomfortable because he's a mid-range to inside guy that throws punches and bunches. He's not a big puncher. I would give Broner the edge in power. Broner's problem is and always was that you don't throw enough. You got a good chin, take a great punch, and you hit hard. I could see that when he hit guys that like, nah, it's something on the punches, but you don't throw enough.
Wouldn't you say that's a symptom of conditioning? Like anybody who's been in the gym, if you know you haven't trained for a week, you're like, man, I need to just get through this 3 rounds.
I mean, that's what it looked like. It looked like a minimalist approach to boxing. I'm going to roll some punches off the shoulder for 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and I'm going to throw a punch in the last 10. And then I'm going to win a round like that. It's a minimalist approach to boxing.
Yeah, I think he still wins this fight. But, I mean, I've seen enough. But, I mean, he's entertaining. That's,
I can't say that. The fucking... What's the Giovanni Santiago? That was not entertaining.
I didn't even know he fought. That I saw the highlights.
As a character, I mean, as a sideshow.
Isn't it starting to get sad?
Oh yeah,
that would get boring to me. It's just boring.
But that was he's a Ricardo. Well, Ricardo Mayorga was a different style, but kind of the same thing. Just a guy who's gonna drink beer, smoke cigarettes, slap people.
But even with Mayorga, when they did that Shane Mosley rematch,
no, he did the Fernando Vargas one. Remember they did the Fernando Vargas.
Now the Mosley shit was worse because they staged all of that. They told him to grab Shane wife ass. They told all of that was fake. Like all that shit was fake. Like damn, like this is what it's come to. Y'all gotta fake the shit.
But dude's a comedian. He's gonna do stuff like that.
Here's the thing, though. I want Broner to win only for the simple fact that they'll sacrifice him to Boots, or if they can't pay him to Conor.
He won't take
the fight, bro. He didn't want to fight Prograis. Everybody forgot that when Prograis was over at the PBC for one fight, the only reason he went over there was because he wanted a Broner fight. And as soon as Broner said, nah, you know, whatever, he got up out of there, jumped in the bed with Probellum. So if he didn't want to fight Prograis, why would he want to fight Boots?
Well, who are they going to sacrifice? Will he go to England?
I think that's why I think if Omar focus up, if he touch his sister's ass, if he for good luck, he might pull it out. He might be busier. He might do enough.
So Adrian's James Toney now.
I'm saying what they gonna do with him if he win, bro? What does he do? Jump on Instagram, start complaining to Al again, crying broke again? What he gonna do? What he gonna do?
Keith Thurman.
True. But they can
He's
always
Thurman.
but they can always do Figueroa Thurman, and Figueroa cheaper than Broner.
Isan, you just brought up a name for a fight that I've been asking for since 2015 when they first started on NBC, bro. 7 years ago.
Willie Lynch says, I swear to God, when I saw Broner's last fight, I swear that man was shaking like a leaf. I hope he's okay. I don't think he is, to be honest. I don't think he is. And I feel like there's a scenario in my head based on his behaviors and bits and pieces of information that he's said online that I feel it kind of makes him a liability because he always crying, bro. He always taking shots at Al. And it's like, you got this guy, and what are you good for, though? You know, you didn't want to fight Pro Grade. We know you ain't going to fight Boots, but you going to jump online and cry broke again as soon as this fight is over. A couple of months from now, you're going to get in trouble because that's what it's been for the last 5 years. You're going to get in some shit. You're going to go to the mall. You're going to touch somebody in their ass, and it's going to be the same shit. And you're going to cry broke, and you're going to go to court, and they're going to get you a fight, and it's just going to be – that's what it's going to be. So I'm like, yo, he's a liability. So if you could put him out the pasture with Omar, like, yo, look, this is a get-out-of-town fight. Loser got to get out of town. I would think they would want to put him out the pasture because he's a liability. Whereas Omar, nobody give a fuck about Omar, bro. Just you let him get through this shit and then feed him the Boots or feed him the Thurman.
But could you see them feeding Broner the Tank if he wins?
Nah, I could see Thurman tank, but not Broner tank.
I mean, Broner's a sacrifice, man. That's ultimately what he'll be. He'll be a sacrifice to somebody.
But to who? Who is he going to fight? What fight is he going to take? If he didn't want to take Pro Grade and motherfucking fucking bugs, man.
Who's ever on the PBC roster, right?
I mean, nah, because if you didn't want to take Pro Grade, why would you take a bigger threat in Boots?
If they offer him enough money.
I don't think so. Like,
maybe
nah.
Ugas.
Oh, nah. Ain't no money in that.
He's a name. He has a name for now.
I forgot who made this point.
Gamboa keeps getting fights.
The PBC is really scraping the bottom of the barrel
because
after this, it's Adrien Broner coming back. Like these guys have no product.
Yo, I forgot they really got that man a fight.
That's for Tank. They got him that for Tank. I'm telling you that right now.
That'd be a good
one. Jules, this just goes to your larger point, Jules, that they don't have dates and they don't have no money.
No, I mean,
look what they did to Jamel.
I think what you made the point,
messed up for a fight.
If it's not Tank or Spence, these guys have nothing to put on. Like
this is
a great steamer like headliner.
No,
this is like the main card of the steamer.
Did you guys catch
one at a time?
You got Bradley today?
Huh?
Did you catch Tim Bradley on the 3 knockdown rule today?
Oh no! What he said?
Tim said like this fight is not happening because Spence and Crawford won 3 to 4 times what their normal guarantees are.
Well, let me. I wanted to talk about that tonight. Before we get into that, let me say this.
Jules, can I say something about Tank real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay. My only thing with Tank is I'm just gonna look at it from a historical perspective, and the fans are, to me, remind me of the Pack Nuts, and they're gonna go away. But just for Tank, man, like in 10 years, 20 years, you're gonna want to come back to boxing, and you're gonna need to be a lineal champ. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who gets respect.
I've never seen this level of protection, bro.
Yeah. I from a historical perspective, I can't respect it because, I would think as a fighter, you want to be the lineal champ, at least.
Yeah, but it's more like, okay, what are you like when I think about Tank, I always have one question. What's the end game? Because you can't cross over with the people you're fighting. You literally can't. Every fighter that became a big name, they had a crossover. They did have a crossover fight. Floyd's was Oscar. Yeah. Denny's was Oscar. You feel me?
Well, the reason I called in is just to say that what he's doing, it just kills the sport. It kills the sport.
You know why it's not like I won't jump to that conclusion because you don't have no major titles. You feel me? Like you're not holding nothing up when the real guys at 35, like Devin, right? one of the real guys. When they want to get it on, they gonna get it on without you. You see what I mean? So you not stopping things that need to happen. Like, bro, the Undisputed didn't need you, fam. Devin went to Australia. They didn't fucking need you.
No, we gotta stop this notion.
I'm a fan of Tank, but this is what makes me not a fan. Well, because I want to buy a fight and I want to have a fight party and say, man, look at this little 5'4" dude knocking people out. But it's hard to justify paying for Isaac Cruz too when I know, that Isaac Cruz is not really a good fight for him.
And this is why it doesn't kill the sport.
Like I want to bring people in.
The sport is thriving. We got Bam Rodriguez, we got Shakur Stevenson, we got Devin Haney, we got Canelo fighting Triple G, we got Usyk.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I don't overstate it. For example, you might hear me go in on a lot of the PBC guys, but I always remind people, don't get it in your head that they are the ambassadors for American talent, because they're not. The ambassadors, the real ones for American talent, is Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Bruce Carrington, Keyshawn Davis, Jared Anderson, the Torres kid. Those is the ambassadors for the next wave of American fighter and American fighting. Not fucking Tank. Not fucking Thurman.
Wait, hold on. I think the disconnect to you guys is looking at this from a sport aspect.
Two guys talking at a time. Go ahead. Who was that? Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I think the disconnect is you guys look at it from a sporting aspect. When, as I pointed out, he's the first postmodern boxer. It's literally only about spectacle and making enough money for him and Leonard Ellaby. Like, it's not really about winning belts. They've said it a million times. Like, the belts don't matter to them, and they show it every time. He's fighting the level of opposition that like Mike Tyson fought when he got out of jail. But that's like his whole career.
I wouldn't even say that, because when he fought the pizza guy. What's his fucking Peter McNeely?
But hey, put some respect.
That was all right. Now being real, yeah, Peter was Peter. But after a while, he got in there with Frank Bruno. He got in there with Bruce Seldon. So it's like, nah, it wasn't terrible. Like, Tank shit is terrible. Like, bro, like, I don't know who the fuck.
Yeah, that's not
but.
Right, but it's like Peter McNeely every fight. That's like, that's an entire career.
McNeely was the guy down at the corner bar, man.
Yo, look, but that's the perfect parallel. That like it's as if Mike came back out of jail and fought Peter McNeely 5 times.
But like where I push back is, if it was about spectacle and it was about entertaining, they'd put on these fights because it's spectacle. Look, you want to invite people over. Invite them over to watch Usyk AJ. That's spectacle.
Yeah.
That's heavyweights. That fight's going to be better than the first one because AJ has to put in work, and it's heavyweights.
And he might get knocked out. And he might get knocked out. And who don't love a knockout? That's what sells.
And that's competition. That's sport. People tune in to see Tank knock someone out. They don't really care about that.
No. You can't say that about heavyweight boxing. People turn into heavyweights to see a motherfucker get knocked out.
And sir, to answer that question, the last fight party I went to was Fury, So if I could have an AJ Usyk party, but nobody's gonna come, and then everybody was pissed when Fury beat Wilder.
I mean, let
me read the super chat. Mark says, Broner's like my Uncle Frank. Once you let him in the door, you can't get rid of him for a while. Yeah, that's Broner. That's Broner.
You know what?
Why were those people, bro? Why were those people mad that Fury won?
Look,
I'm not gonna get into it.
No. Look. Let's call a spade, right? Nobody's more tribal than America. Nobody's more xenophobic than America, because Americans are the only people stupid enough to think that they're better because they're American. Yeah. They're the only people stupid enough to think that. You think you're better because you're American? Are you aware of how many school systems in the world are better than ours?
Yep. Julius, think about it like this. America was started off of the social rejects of other countries.
Yeah.
Those were the people who couldn't hack it in their country. They were the social rejects. No one liked them. So why do these people think, yo, you couldn't hack it in your country? You couldn't hack it in the Czech Republic. You couldn't hack it in England. You couldn't hack it all over these places. You couldn't hack it in Africa.
So believe me when I tell you, I am a first-generation American. My history is not here. Fuck this place, right? I gotta say, because look, there was a time where you could have genuinely been proud to be an American. There was a time. But when you take a look, a good long look at what's going on in America right now, it's like, bro, I gotta go to the UK.
When I was over there, I was telling them I was Mexican. Fuck that.
Listen, bro, when I was young.
Yeah,
I think cool, man. I think you know, the 80s, the 90s, you felt a pride in being American. There was a pride. Now it's embarrassing, bro. The things that are going on, the things I see in the news, it's embarrassing. It's genuine. Like, yo, I can't believe it.
It really is embarrassing, shootings, bro. Like I'm born in America and I live in Canada. I get embarrassed when I tell people I'm American. No bullshit.
I want to go to Canada, bro.
As you should,
bro. Wait. How? Like I actually like when I see my cousins and shit over there. Like, y'all don't get scared when you go out and like there's just gonna be a random shooting. It literally could happen anywhere. That's how the rest of the world look at America.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you where I am as a parent, right? So it dawned on me the other day, right, that obviously I don't want to put my family in harm's way, and all the targets now, they're all becoming soft targets. These are places where if something goes down, there's no way out. And there's a concentration of people. As hot as it is, I don't take my family to the public pool no more. Why? Because if all it takes is for one idea to dawn
parades.
On
parades. Listen.
Somebody goes crazy and a bunch of people get shot and killed, man.
Before the Illinois parade shit that just happened, I told I'm like, yo, we're not going nowhere where there's a large concentration of people.
Wasn't there that shooting at the Barclays, or was it? They thought it was a shooting.
There was a shooting at the Barclays.
Can't go to boxing.
Yeah.
At the direction that we're going as a country, yo, I'm a homeschool my kid if I ever was a father.
Very smart man. I would too.
No, well, there's a great book. There's a great book, Ray Dalio. America is like other empires. It's on its decline rapidly.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is an open air prison.
I mean, you'll see, when we're old like Burt Sugar, there might not even be in America.
Hey, over here on the West Coast, they just shut down. They had to close 7-Elevens, I guess, because in SoCal, they were closing the 7-Elevens because they were all getting robbed.
There was like 4 7-Eleven shootings in a day.
I'm gonna say this as a
Starbucks
child.
is closing at night too.
As a child of the 80s, I got that 80s vibe, that society is falling vibe. Like that's when I see everything that's happening, I literally feel like, yo, this is the 25th dimension. This is what's going on. Bro, whoever read about the 25th dimension, that's what's going on, fam. Just read it again. Read the whole experiment and look for the parallels. And that's what's going on. This is the 25th dimension.
And it's just more visual because the New York and the Rotten Apple 80s, we still haven't hit violence like that because there's not crack like that running around.
Yes, we have.
I'm talking about you see it more. But
Finn, I'm gonna put it to you like this.
No, I'm talking about Jules between New York in the 80s and the crack
I'm telling you right now, they dragged the kid out of bodega and stuffed the machete in his neck, fam. That was 2-3 years ago. 2-3 years ago. It's gotten worse.
Yeah.
They dragged a kid out of bodega and stuffed a machete in his throat. All right. That was a kid. Yeah.
Another thing that concerns me too is as we get older, being in big cities and around large concentrations of people, you become more of a target.
Of course. Look, I'm not religious per se, and I respect everybody's faith. But it's a reason in Revelations it says, empty out the big cities, bro. Stay away from them shits.
Yeah.
Stay away from them shits. All right? Because it's going down. All right? That being said, back to boxing. All right? People are stupid. And Americans genuinely believe that because they're American, they're automatically better. So when you see guys, you know, the whole Wilder fascination, it killed me, not because they are, you know, the fans are dumb, but because you literally have a fighter that you can get behind that is all the things you wish Wilder was. And that fighter's name is Terrence Crawford. But you bozos, you can't see the forest for that man is family man raising his children. 3 division, undisputed, 2-time lineal, 2-time Ring Magazine, current reigning WBO champion. You don't got to wonder about him, but you going to gravitate towards the dysfunctional, as Chris said, because it mirrors the dysfunction in you. What I look like popping my ass at a barbecue, fam. Like I don't give a shit how like
Father Jules over here.
I'm being real though. If you the type of cat that you think it's like cute to twerk,
but Jules, that's what the homie said. It sounds like kind of nerdish, but the postmodern, what you said about Tank, that's who's following Tank. This is the era we're in.
I'm not, and that's why society falling. You know what I'm saying? Like you got guys that don't want to act like guys. Toxic masculine. Man, if you don't get that bitch ass shit out of here, fam, you better hit somebody. Punch something, man. Break your hand on something.
Well, Jules, in America, the most celebrated athlete was Joe Louis, you know, military man. And then it was Muhammad Ali, right? And Muhammad Ali kind of took it left.
No, he didn't take it left in a bad way. Like, look, first, it will not be.
It was activism. Activism.
It will not be no Muhammad Ali. Muhammad was not only a Capricorn, he was a true blue Capricorn, a man of principle. That like, fam, I'm not going overseas to shoot nobody for you when you the motherfuckers that be fucking with me. I would have to be an idiot to do that. I would have to be. I'm gonna go overseas to fight for you that be trying to fuck me up. What am I, an idiot?
Yeah, no, I just made that point to show the
beautifully. Real
that,
quick,
you know, and then we had Tyson. Oh, go ahead, man. Sorry.
We got an update in the Ryan Garcia Canelo drama. Ryan Garcia wants to bury the hatchet and is inviting Canelo to his fight via TMZ.
Fam, Ryan has a pussy. You don't know that?
Ryan's on his
and
ticket sales might be low.
Ryan is exactly the type you're talking about right now.
He got a vagina in that shit, bro. Like he probably got a vagina behind. Like he's a weird kid. Like he's just a weird kid, bro. And a lot of these kids is weird, and it's the fall of society. See, the reason I brought up the 25th dimension is in the final stages of the experiment. Before the society of rats collapsed, right? The men stopped acting like men, or the males stopped acting like males. Something happened to where people weren't fucking. The other day, I read that people fucking is people fucking and having children. It's on the downslide. They're not doing it as much as they used to. And that happened in the experiment. Something happened that the females didn't want to mate with the males. And I see that parallel.
No, it's true. There's a guy who did a study, some Australian dude, I think. He said even with social media, men are having less sex
and reproducing less, and less women, less. And far be it for me, I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm just saying what's going on. That you're seeing more and more women that they are averse to bearing children, and they're averse to marriage. That construct, because it is a societal construct. And if they're averse to that, and people aren't procreating, who breeds the next generation? Nobody fucking wants to. That's why Chris, Frank, y'all got to get out there. Y'all got to take one for the team. I need y'all to nut 5 bullets.
Here's the thing. Like,
I did my part already, man. I got one.
Do it again.
Nah, hell no. She can't be an American woman. That's sorry. I don't. No American women.
Yeah, but hey, isn't the curse with that is if you bring a woman to America from somewhere else, they become like the women here?
Yeah.
But I have Mexican machismo. She can come here and do whatever she wants. Give me my sons and get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
Listen, all I'm saying is, and I want all of y'all, look this thing up, man, and it'll frighten you, because as you read it, you're going to start connecting the dots, and you'll see the parallels. Like that. After the society progressed, right? This was a society of, let me lay it out for you. They made a sanctuary for a colony of rats, and the rats would never want for anything. They would never want for food. They had food. They would never want for water. They had water. They had ample space to procreate and be plentiful. They had all these things, but the society still collapsed. The society, for some reason, it imploded. And towards the end of the society, there's a part where they start talking about the quote unquote beautiful ones, that all they would do was groom themselves. It wasn't to procreate. They literally removed themselves from the rest of the colony and the rest of the society. They would just lay around grooming themselves. And I thought about that. And I thought about how, like, yo, you got joints, they getting fit, man. They getting fit. They lifting, they ass fat, titties big, thighs big, all this different shit. But it's not for marriage. It's for themselves. And it's guys like this too. They're going to the gyms, they're getting swole. But it's not the things that we do, grooming ourselves, cleaning ourselves, shaving ourselves. All of these are mating rituals. That's what they all are.
True.
That's what they all are. It's mating rituals. If you don't walk around woofing and boofing, if you get a taper, a fade and taper, it's because you trying to look good so you could what? So you could get laid. That's what it's all for. But if you just be doing these things, just to be doing these things, like you're not
it's
trying
for the gram, man. It's for the gram.
No, it's
my God.
It's
for the gram.
It's for
TikTok though.
It's
you
an
like
energy.
Jules.
It's an energy
Right.
of It's an energy
I'm not
of
on
narcissism. It's narcissism to a whole nother level. If you research the person, the narcissist, the Greek person, he became so infatuated and in love with himself that it was fully for himself.
Let me say this. When you read about this experiment right before the fall of society, right? The beautiful ones start to pop out. They called them that because, well, these rats were, I guess, better looking rats or more aesthetically pleasing rats than the other rats. And these rats, they wouldn't fuck. They wouldn't contribute to society. They didn't mingle with the other rats, likely because those rats felt better than the other rats, the same way that people with certain status might feel better than the Gentiles. It happens in this society all the time. It is classist.
Jules, I've always felt like that American sports especially is a reflection of society. So look at basketball, the 80s style, and how it's devolved. I mean, either way, people say it's evolved, devolved. Football has devolved or evolved, how you look at it. And that's why I love boxing. I'm going to sound like a fanboy, but boxing is special because it's the same game. Well, but it has become more niche because it's so violent.
Let's say this. So you got these beautiful ones that pop out. And I feel that those parallels, those archetypes, they exist in this society today. These folks that they're narcissistic, they not doing what they're doing to start a family. They're just feeding their own egos at this point. And everything in today's society really is about ego. It really is. Nothing is visceral anymore. Like the desire to want to start a family and have children and raise them and a woman's biological clock. They're going against that because that's where, that's where we are up here. And that can cause the collapse of society because if people aren't fucking and mating and marrying, if they're not, who's going to breed the next generation of humans? Who?
Exactly. Why do you think fighters love boxing? I mean, the celebrities, that's one of the big things, the celebrities at boxing events. You remember Bieber, one of the biggest stars on the planet, came out with Floyd. Tupac was with Mike Tyson. And Spence has Yella Beezy. Come on, man, where are we at with this?
Yeah, that's
just of the great father. Like every great father has like a fail son, and that's where boxing is right now.
That's just
so.
American,
Ryan Garcia is Oscar de la Hoya. He is in the sense that he's a guy in fishnets, but without a gold medal. That's literally him.
Nah, let me say, look, because I feel that would be violate. And I don't like Oscar, but over time I grew to respect him because he was that fighter that did the things that made the sport a good sport. He went up the middleweight. He fought fucking Hopkins. You can't get fucking Ryan to fight Devin.
Right.
Hey, Oscar literally sung himself to the ring. Remember his Mexican ballad? He sung himself to the ring.
Ryan's too
he
busy
did a slow song to the ring
because he broke a nail. And he's depressed. That garbage needs to stop, and he needs to fight. It's that simple. His time is coming, though. Someone's going to come along and knock him the fuck out.
I got a question. Now, y'all see how they did Jamel, right? Making him fight all the way in January next year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how long do you think PBC has before they're completely out of money? My guess is maybe 3 more years.
I would say it depends because they're doing little things that I notice that could save them. For example, Ray Vargas winning that fight. I know that Ray's not the most exciting fighter, but it could help. You know, they got another champion, a young Argentinian guy, IBF champion at a super flyweight. That guy. They're expanding their horizons because it kind of just looks like they realized this whole thing that we've been doing, it didn't work, and it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So something needs to change.
I think they're gonna have an app in 3 years. They might not fall apart, but they're gonna launch their own app for sure.
What, like a Pornhub?
You're missing the point. They don't even have a developed farm system like Top Rank, Matchroom, or these other guys to.
That is true.
To be around in these next. Once these crop of guys retire, who do they have?
Well, they have Ryo.
They have Ryo. That's exactly. They have no stable, and they don't have enough dates from Showtime.
No way, Eddie Hearn's in the chat.
And we know,
Jules,
and we
you
know
think,
they're not going to put up their own money.
I'm kidding.
Jules, you think? Well, we know Haymon has the music background, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so I kind of think he built it like a music promotional company. You know, like kind of like you only have like No Limit. You know, all these people are gone. No Limit. You know, they just come and go, man. It's a platform, and you use it for what it's worth, and then it's over.
Bro.
I mean, let me say this: if Haymon approached boxing with that kind of mentality, then that could definitely be the case. Because the fights that he has been making, that can't be for the longevity of your company. It's kind of like you came here to do what you did, and then you gonna leave. Feel me? Because it's like you got Andy Ruiz fighting Luis Ortiz, fam. You can't honestly think that people really come on, like if it was on Fox, all right. If it was on regular Showtime, not a pay-per-view, all right, then yeah, it's cool. But it's a pay-per-view. You can't, in your right mind, put a fight like that together on pay-per-view with Abner Mares on the undercard. Like, bro, this man has not fought in how long he ain't for 3 years? Maybe longer? Who you think gonna buy this? Who?
Bro.
He has and that's why it reminds me of old promotional companies. You know, Bad Boy. They'll put out DMX in 10 years. They know it's not going to do well, but somebody's going to buy it.
Well, no,
it'll sell like, $300K.
It's like Jules said. Like we were hip to this a long time ago. Haymon's not even doing that. He's just putting the money in other places.
That's exactly. If you want my honest opinion of what Al Haymon is doing, he's justifying the money that he stole, and he has offshore accounts where some of that Waddle and Reed money is there. Some of that Maypac money is there. Some of that Maymac money is there. There's a reason, and I wholeheartedly believe this. There has to be a reason that right after Floyd made all that money in the Conor McGregor pay-per-view, he decides to go way left and do an exhibition in Japan that doesn't involve the PBC, that doesn't involve Showtime. Something about that always rubbed me like, yo, you just made mad bread. Why would you have to go? And why is Showtime not involved? Why do you not have an American broadcast partner? You just made like it don't make sense. And I wholeheartedly believe Floyd did.
But see, that's been my main issue with Floyd in this era is just like the lack of just the bottlenecking of access to experience like the fanfare of Floyd. Like the way people talk to other people of other races, trying to when it comes to boxing, the fact that he doesn't want to use his likeness in the fucking video game. That's what fucking Terrence Crawford did today when I just saw a new fucking update for ESBC, and that's all I ever fucking wanted is to see these guys in a video game and make that bread on the side, But instead they want to move heaven and earth just to make that bread. And it's like, you just fucked off the fans in the process.
My brother, it's not even Floyd because Floyd is not smart enough to negotiate these things. Like Jules said, the only thing Haymon brought in from the music industry is the shadiness of the contracts and what those guys signed.
Yes.
Yeah. They're not real smart businessmen at all. Like, yo, we're like, I saw Terrence Crawford on the video game, but like, but where's Errol Spence? Where's Keith Thurman? Where's Sean Porter in the video game? They're not there because these guys got them tied up to this fucking shit, this 360 shit.
Now, the reason that boxing can't work like the music industry is because you could cut one record, and that record could end up giving you residual revenue for years and years and years. Whereas boxing doesn't work like that. Jermell Charlo just brought in great ratings for Showtime this year, right? Great, like his fight with Castaño, the rematch, it brought in close to 1 million. That was the most watched fight that Showtime had this year, in terms of regular fights. But you can't lean on that for 12 months. What the hell are you doing the rest of the time? Whereas in the music industry, yeah, you could cut a record and you could probably keep making money off that record for decades because it happens all the time. But boxing's not like that. Yes. You can't have one fight that did good and you go and live off that one. No, it don't work like that. People forget fast.
My rationale was, before there was Haymon was Don King. And Don King was a notorious crook, right? That's he just knew how to game the system, hustle. And I think Haymon, my feeling was he was always Don King 2.0, kind of like the Terminator, just a newer, better version. It kind of.
And I can't, why I can't say that? The reason I can't say that is because Al is playing a different game than Don. He's playing a different game than Bob and Eddie. Yeah. Bob and Eddie are boxing guys. Al is playing a game where these networks give him a budget, and I wholeheartedly believe he makes the money disappear. That's what I think he's doing. If I had to put my finger on what is Al really doing, because he makes a lot of just shitty fights. How could you explain that? You take the money they give you from the budget to do the fight, you skim a little bit off the top, send it to an offshore account. You do that over a long enough timeline, you got one hell of a nest egg. How could you? I ask this question all the time. How the fuck could you lose $500 million making Raz Salka and Danny Garcia? Keith Thurman versus Robert Guerrero.
And the first ever card, he swung and missed, bro. He swung and missed.
Let me tell you, as the only one here in the panel getting their CPA, Jules is right. So the first thing Haymon does, bam, I'm taking my money off the top of the little budget they give me. Bam, I got the operational cost. I'm hiring people I know to get a cut from what I'm paying them to run the operation. Bam, more money. Bam, I'm getting a cut from the fighters.
Exactly.
So Al's getting money from like 3 or 4 different people he's hiring to run a card.
Maybe Al's laundering money,
Well, and Jules, I don't mean I like what Dude is saying, but Jules, just to reiterate, just how we know savage boxing is. Remember all the guys who try to jump into boxing? Jay-Z couldn't make it. Exactly. 50 Cent couldn't make it. Who else tried to jump in the game? James Prince, but he's more of a side guy. He's kind of stayed around.
Now, see, James. Let me say this. James made it. James is still in boxing. James still has an eye for talent. He's still brokering deals. He's the reason that Shakur went to top rank.
That's why he's remained, but kind of in the background. Not like 50 was trying to get in it. But Jay-Z was trying to get in it.
No.
Well, June, here's the thing with Jay.
Hold on. Go ahead. One at a time. Jay didn't know what he was getting into. 50 didn't know what he was getting into. They thought these is the kind of cats that they think they understand. Jay understands. He's still getting talent for Top Rank. He works heavily with Top Rank. And how many years has he been working with them? We talking about at least 2 decades, bro. He knows what he's doing. You don't need to be at the forefront to be successful.
Didn't he come up with the Olympian Ricky Williams? Was that
a lot of fucking Olympians. The point I'm making is you don't need to be at the forefront to be successful, because the real guys with the real money are the ones you don't know, the ones you never heard of. Well, you like fucking Bill Gates. He could go broke tomorrow, bro. I ain't worried about Bill. It's other guys than Bill that you got to worry about. Other guys than Elon Musk that you got to worry about. The real guys is not the ones in front of the camera.
Yeah, and Jay, when Rock Nation came in, that was purely like, let's take a shot at it. We tried to
exactly.
They didn't really. Jay-Z didn't invest in boxing version of Rock Nation like he did with Kevin Durant in the NBA and the NFL. So the only reason he tried to get boxing because he had beef with Haymon when Beyonce sued Al Haymon, and that's why Heyman's not really in the music business no more.
like if you think about Jay-Z's endeavor into boxing, it's like I have enough money that I certainly have more startup money than your average guy who starts up a business or starts up a promotion because I'm Jay-Z. I'm wildly successful in music. So I got money to blow. I'm going to give it a shot. That's what it was for Jay. That's what it was for 50. But it wasn't a serious endeavor because at its base, boxing is a flip. Yes, like any business is a flip. Everything is a flip. Anything that is a business is a flip. But you lack the skills for this one. You need to have the eye, and you don't have that, and 50 don't have that.
And here's the thing: Jay hired boxing guys to run the division. They just couldn't close no deals with trying to sign PBC guys.
Well, that because you're going to have the boys club factor. You know that there's established entities in this market, and they're going to push you out. They basically did that to Triller. You know, Triller tried to break through with their huge bid, and they had money, but it's not just money, bro. It's not just having money. There are established entities. Top Rank has a farming system to where you, as the new guy, you won't get the good new guys. They'll get all the good new guys. And after a while, you're going to have to go because you don't have that next generation of fighters to carry your banner. That's kind of how it looks for the PBC. They're like, yo, look, Top Rank's farming system is elite. Who's going to carry the PBC banner 10 years from now? They better figure it out.
And it's like Drew said it. It's the relationship. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I just want to say this. Like, let's not forget, like, where they came from. This was basically like the Negro Leagues, like an offshoot of Golden Boy. Like, he had to fucking annex that promotion and then take them all to these platforms. But the way Haymon was handling this talent is like he's playing chess, but he's protecting his pieces. And like this whole preservation system hasn't worked for him.
No,
he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
I'll tell you what it is, though. You know what Jules said it from the jump. It was never to take over boxing. It was to take this $600 million. Let me say that I'm paying. Remember, the first time they came out, they didn't get license fees from these networks. They were paying the networks for airtime.
Now, let me say this. They don't know what they're doing because, all right, in terms of boxing, Bob gets it. I cannot rest my laurels or the laurels of my company on any individual fighter and his inflated ego. All you guys think you're special. You're all expendable to me. That's why, Cotto, you can go. Oscar, go. Floyd, go. Terrence, go. I'll be fine. I'm going to still be here. Whatever happens in your career, I'll be here. But will you? Yeah, I mean, now, Top Rank's not in the picture. Crawford versus Spence still isn't getting over the line. Top Rank's not hurting. They're fine. They got guys. And what Top Rank understands is that we only want to get you to a certain point. If it gets to the point where you become too expensive for us, you can go. Go. We'll let you go. No sweat off our back. We got what we needed from you. Now, I will admit that as of late, they've made some mistakes because they did nothing but lose money on Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury's fans, they hate when I bring
They did, Jules? I thought they made money with that.
No, they hate hearing that you paid this guy multi-million dollars for a gate that brought in under $1 million, 2 times with Verleen and Schwartz. You admitted that you lost money on the second Wilder fight. I know you lost money on the third because the third one did less than the second one did. That man has done nothing but lose you money since you tried to promote him. Nothing but lose you money, you know what I mean? I don't give a shit about his boxing because I'm not talking about his boxing. I'm talking about what kind of draw is he really? And all he's done for you is lose money. That's literally all he's done since you started promoting him, because what you didn't know is when you signed him, he's not a god in the UK. You probably thought that like, oh, those UK fans, they Tyson Fury was disliked when he retired from boxing the first time. He was very much
because he started. Remember, Jews? He started saying stuff about Jews, the LGBTQ. He was a pariah.
He was a social pariah. So when you think about Top Rank's approach to boxing, they have it right that we cannot rest our laurels on any individual fighter because sooner or later that fighter is going to develop an inflated ego and they're going to want inflated purses. And that's not happening, fam. It's not happening. Take your business elsewhere.
And this is why it's Top Rank and Matchroom. They all have the relationship with these managers. Aegis Climas, Espinosa Boxing, Zanfer. And those managers that are grooming the talent from these other countries, they take their fighter to what promoter's going to give us the best deal.
Yeah. Because, I mean, at its best, boxing should be free enterprise and everyone should have autonomy. Not just the fighters, the fighters and their managers, but also the promoters. There should be autonomy. What fucks up boxing today is the exclusivity deals they have with networks. That's why nobody wants to send anybody anywhere, because of the exclusivity deals. When if you really want to make money in boxing, if everybody had autonomy, like you got, PBC and Top Rank, work together. Send Leo over for Navarrete, and Top Rank, you guys send PBC somebody. Send somebody for Tank the Fighter or Thurman, just somebody. Barter. That would make a huge difference. But because of the exclusivity deals, no, we got to look out for ESPN. No, we got to look out for Showtime. No, that's what's going on, and that's why things are fucked.
And that's what's hurting the sport more than rival promoters.
Yeah,
because look at Eddie said
they're only hurting
over
themselves.
The Sky, right? Alicia went over the Sky.
Yeah. No fuss, no muss. Jose went over to DAZN, made his money. Mm-hmm. The thing with the PBC is, however, they don't have the bodies to spare, and they're trying to protect an image. If you send Keith Thurman to a Top Rank, or you send Keith Thurman to, let's say you sent Keith Thurman a Golden Boy, hypothetically. You got a kid in Virgil. Virgil cleans this guy's clock. How does the PBC look after that? How does their brand look after that? Like, this kid beat the fucking shit out of you, bro. Let's say Probellum. Haymon Stanionis is not a PBC fighter. He's a Probellum fighter, Richard Schaefer. And let's just say, they're doing one of those Dubai cards. They're fighting in an empty tennis court. But they can afford to bring Keith Thurman over. And they bring him over. And some fucking no-name that looks like Saitama beats the holy shit out of Keith Thurman. How does that make the PBC brand look?
Terrible.
And
do they even build prospects at all, like Top Rank?
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you're Zanford Promotions, Jules, or Espinosa's managing company, are you going to take your fighter to PBC where he's only going to get one date a year? Or are you going to call Eddie, or are you going to call Bob where you can make more money because they're going to keep your A-level prospect busy?
If you want any testament to how haphazard the PBC is as just an outfit, look at the proliferation of young American fighters at Top Rank, and that will tell you all you need to know. Look at what Bruce Carrington told Steve Kim. Shout out to Steve Kim. He said, I watched my amateur brothers and them go pro before me, and I wanted to see how things would pan out. I wanted to see, he was surveying the landscape essentially. And based on surveying the landscape, he decided to go to Top Rank. It's not a coincidence. Why, if PBC is what they made it out to be for all these years, why is Keyshawn Davis and his brother? Why is Bruce Carrington? Why are they all going to Top Rank? Why'd Shakur go over there? Why'd Devin go to Matchroom if PBC is what they make it out to be? Simple. It's not what they make it out to be. It never was.
No, you're right.
If you want to be inactive, and don't get fight dates, then you go to the PBC.
You got too many boxers that are all crying about being ripped off too. On top of it.
No, you're right. Top Rank stays in gyms. I mean, I've been in different gyms, and Top Rank guys, or people that work with Top Rank will be in different gyms throughout the, West Coast.
No, because their farm system is elite. Like, I don't see anybody out there grooming fighters on the level of Top Rank. And the fighters and their managers themselves, they know Top Rank is a serious outfit. It's serious business. And if you're seriously trying to develop into an Oscar De La Hoya, into a Manny Pacquiao, into a Floyd Mayweather, or a Miguel Cotto, you need to go to Top Rank. They'll get it out of you. If it's in there, they'll get it out of you. If it's not in there, they'll cut you. And I don't blame them, because this is business.
Yeah, that's business.
Yeah, right? If Elvis Rodriguez, and I saw the criticism, and I'm like, I don't know what nursery you think this is. This is the Hurt business, right? And sad to say, if Elvis can't hack it with Kenny Sims, we don't need him. Sorry.
Yeah, there was a heavyweight I knew. Well, he was in a gym I was at, and he went up and had kind of an off night, lost, and he was done. His career was over. He had a top ranked contract. He was walking around at a top ranked contract,
this is
and it was over.
This is the energy of Top Rank. We pay you to be in the gym and in shape 24/7. If you can't even do that little shit and perform when we need you to perform, goodbye.
Discipline and regimentation is the difference between winning and losing. Discipline and really discipline is everything, because whenever you become good at anything, it's because of your discipline, because you keep doing it religiously. And what I notice about a lot of top rank fighters is they're not with the bullshit, bro. All right. They like, nah, fam, like not around here, fam. You look at Martinez, right? Martinez. Martinez, he's an all right little boxer. He's like a spoiler. Like he's like a guy that can make a guy look bad. But then you watch what Richard Comey did to him, and that's the perspective that, like, Richard Comey is not the greatest boxer, but he's a great physical specimen. He's tough, he's strong, he hits hard like a son of a bitch. He's got the whole Ghana in that right hand. What he did to Martinez, that tells the story. Where Rolly got to get a gift against Martinez, Richard 6 rounds, fam. 6 rounds.
Jules, Mindtaker asked the question, why is Berlanga still a top rank then?
Because my understanding is this. I heard something funny. They want to feed him to Jesse Hart. They're trying to feed him to Jesse Hart, but Edgar and his team won't take the fight. I think based on that was told to me, I believe that it was probably a similar situation with Gabriel Rosado. Gabriel Rosado, Philly Rican, versus Edgar Berlanga, New Yorican. That made a lot of sense, and I always wondered, why didn't that fight happen? And the only answer I could come up with is Gabe is too dangerous. Look at what he just did to Danny Jacobs. We all know Gabe won that fight. We all know he won that fight. And if you could do that to a vet like Danny, who's fought Canelo, who's fought Golovkin, who's fought Peter Quillen, if you could do that to Danny, Edgar, even now, all right?
Yeah, because Edgar hasn't been looking too good lately at all.
What I was told about Edgar is they've spent some time trying to get him in the ring with Jesse Hart, but Edgar's people won't take the fight. So if the question is, why haven't they cut him yet, that might be the answer. They're trying.
They're trying. I mean, I would call Uncle Al, like, Al, you want to fight for David? I'll give you Edgar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that the people that know, you can't look at Edgar and see a future. I don't like, and I'm not saying that to be mean or funny. I'm being serious. Like, bro, this guy can't beat nobody. That kid from the UK, pure boxer, man. What's his fucking name, man? What's this kid's fucking name? He'd play with Edgar, bro. That kid. He'd play with him. Pure boxer. He got like a flat top, high top fade, dark skinned kid, man. But he would play with Edgar, bro. Like Edgar wouldn't land a punch. You wouldn't land a punch on him, bro.
He'd probably get frustrated too.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Edgar in there with David Benavidez, bro, and I'm not big on David, but bro, David would beat the holy shit out of him, bro. It would be a massacre, bro. A massacre. So they have to know that we can't do nothing with this guy, man.
He tried to bite Benavidez in the first round.
Stop himself from getting knocked the fuck out.
Yep. I'm still tripping off that dude that he actually bit what's his name, man. That's just insane.
Like the fact that Edgar's still there, I know that their higher ups and their guys are like, yo, we got to do something with this guy, man, because like we can't like. Oh, hey,
Jules, Fisher Genius says Lerone Richards is a guy.
Lerone Richards, that's his name, Bro, Lerone would play with him. Look at what he did to Carlos Gongora, and Carlos is actually good. Carlos Gongora is actually good, and he took all his power away. Carlos did not get the land, no power shots. He played with that dude.
Does Berlanga even beat Caleb Truax?
No, I don't think so. Honestly, don't think so. I wholeheartedly do not believe he could beat Caleb Truax.
Speaking of Caleb, did you hear Caleb Plant saying he's at a level of all-time great now?
I'm saving that. I'm saving that.
I got to ask a question. Are you saving that and the Danny Garcia interview where he said he's a Hall of Famer too?
I'm saving. I saw all that.
All I gotta say is one too many punches to the head from Canelo, man.
Listen, I seen all of that, and I'm kind of waiting to put it together in like a compilation of delusional segments. Like, yo, Caleb is delusional.
Can you guys hear my eyes are rolling to the back of my head, man? Like, come on.
We hear him
I
rattling.
swear, do you know what it was? I swear, Danny Garcia must have had someone in that Twitter Spaces where someone said he's a Hall of Famer based on his amateur record and what he did at 140.
Listen, the only reason Danny going to 54 is to stay the hell away from Boots. And everybody, like, it's obvious, bro. If you at 47, right? If you stayed there, you can't get in the middle of what Crawford and Spence got going on right now. So you can't fight for no belts, right? No one wants to see you fight Keith Thurman. Sean's not an option anyway for a rematch because he retired. So all you got in this division is dudes that want to beat the shit out of you, bro. That's all you got. You got Stanionis that he'll fight you. Radzav Buta, he'll fight you. And Boots. I know Boots, he probably not squeezing him and pressing him the way he want to, but bro, you think Boots would say no to Danny? Like, nah, Danny from Philly, I can't fight him. Get that out of here with that bullshit.
I don't do shit out of it.
No guarantee he beats Benavidez either. I think Jose Benavidez is a really good chance in that fight.
I'm going. I ain't even going front. I want to watch that one. I'm going to watch it, but I'm like, you really think Boots that needs a name? You know that if they said like, yo, Jaron, would you fight Danny if we made that fight? You think he going to say? Of course not. He's not going to say no. Man, I'm going to punch the headline off of Danny.
You know what? Arena
because I think. Listen, because I think Tim Tszyu could lose to Charlo. I think I would make that fight next for him.
I mean, like Danny is waiting for, and what's going to fuck it up for Danny, and I said this already, is two reasons why Danny went to 54. One, he doesn't want to have to keep making 47. He can fucking make 47. All right. He's not big. He's 5'7", 5'8" at best. He can make 47.
So do you guys think that Tim Tszyu versus Charlo is going to be a repeat of his father against Vince Phillips?
Probably. I like Tim, but I said it already. He's not ready for that fight.
He's not ready. Too straight up.
Yo, if Terrell Gausha can put you on your ass like that, imagine Jermell Charlo.
And I'm gonna go as far as saying, and I have a very high opinion of Tim, but stylistically, you not winning that fight this year, next year, the year after that, or probably the year after that, you do everything wrong for Jermell.
But what do you think he does good?
The thing is, it's one of those things where everything you do good in this fight is bad. Your power is good. Your punch picking is good. Your pressure is good. Your gas tank is good. Even your defense is good, depending on who's opposite the ring. But if you try to put the squeeze on Jermell, he just fought a pressure fighter, bro. A better one than you, with a better amateur record than you. Not just a better pro record.
So I gotta ask you this. If Tim Tszyu keeps it, at the end of his jab, and he
don't fight like that.
So you think it's a 6-1? That's what it's going to be? 6-1 versus Charlo? Look, I think 5-1. I would say 5-1.
Look, Toney won that fight for a reason. That's how you got to beat a boxer puncher. You want to beat a boxer puncher, right? A good one. You need a pure boxer to do that. It's a reason Jermell and Jamal never fought Lara. It's a reason. It's a reason that Jamal doesn't want to fight Demetrius. Pure boxers are awful to watch by themselves, but they'll embarrass the fucking shit out of boxer puncher. Guaranteed. They will embarrass them. Devin Haney just did it to George Kambosos.
Yeah, no, and pure boxers are entertaining.
Yeah, Rigondeaux did it to a lot of people.
When a pure boxer has that
killer
instinct,
oh my gosh.
No, but when a pure boxer has that killer instinct, it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, but Rigondeaux, the main reason that Rigondeaux became hard to watch was because he lost his legs a long time ago. And when he was all right to watch, it's when he could move in and out, in and out, in and out. After a while, it's either you in and you get in. Like, who was that guy he fought? Was it? No, the Solis fight was the one where he just ran away all night. And who was the other guy that he fought that? It's like, yo, you getting hit too much, bro. Get out the pocket. You getting hit too much. He don't have the reflexes to go in and out the way he did with Amagasa, the way he did with Doné. Come in, boop, 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 get the fuck out of
it. Yeah, he fought Doné, right? That's right.
You know, like he don't have the he lost the reflexes to do that a very long time ago. So with Rigo, you know, and you know, it's fucked up because that pressure cooker blew up in his face and he's all marked up now.
Yeah, nasty.
It's fucked up. But what happened to him?
Terrible.
What happened to him is either you way on the outside or you too far on the inside, and there's no in between because you ain't got that pep in your step to get in and out anymore. It's either or. You shouldn't even be fighting.
I mean, when you saw him fight Lomachenko, did you see how wide his stance was? Like he couldn't move. I'm thinking his legs are gone. Like, what happened here? I thought he was gonna move around.
Bro, I said that I said it then, and those videos are still up for anybody that don't believe me. He's too old, he's too small, and he's gonna get embarrassed. Talking all that shit. I don't know why Americans think talking shit is gonna win you a fight. It's not. Hell, if you talk too much shit, you're insecure.
You hear that, Clarissa Shields?
Savannah Marshall might actually be the favorite in that fight.
Well, let me say this too.
She got an inside game and she can box.
I saw what Peter has Savannah doing, and like I said, like motherfuckers don't got to take it from me. I'm just saying we gonna talk about the fight. Peter had Savannah. She was in the pocket doing this shit. None. Coming down, throwing a hook. Coming down, throwing a hook. Coming down, throwing a hook. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what you have to do to beat Clarissa. Don't mind the counters. Don't mind the jab. Squeeze her, pressure her, and let the hooks go once you're close to her. Get her to punch. She don't hit hard. Get her to punch. And once she start punching, that's where you're going to catch her. Because you can't box with her.
Are you trying to say for her to go up and down?
Yeah, go up and down. And
yeah, Manuel Stewart used to say that a lot. Was that Manny who would say, go up and down, up and down?
With Clarissa, you got to get low. Obviously, you can't
She wants to shoot the right and she'll overshoot. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is,
what I see, she gets over her body. You know, like
all right. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Let me say what I'm saying. All right. With Clarissa, you have to step into your jab, get low, change levels, get low, and bring the hook over, regardless of whether it lands or not. You're not throwing that hook so that it lands. You're throwing it so you can step into it, get close to her, because once you're close to her, she's gonna open up. She's not just gonna do this. You never see Clarissa do this. She's not just going to shell up and let you hit her. She's going to trade like she did with Hannah Gabriels. And that's where you can catch her. That's where Hannah Gabriels caught her. You got to get her to punch with you because Savannah can't match her speed. So, Clarissa is faster than Savannah. If you play that game, you're going to lose. If you try to match her speed or you wait for an opportunity or you wait for a window or you try to, none of that is going to work. You have to squeeze her. You have to force her to fight. Make it a fight, because if you let it be a boxing match, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Fuck jabbing, fencing, fuck switch. Nah, fuck all that. Get close to her. That's the ticket. And what I saw Peter Fury has Savannah doing, she's real close to him, bobbing and weaving, turning a hook, bobbing and weaving, bringing up uppercuts. That's what you need to do for Clarissa. You need to be close to her. Otherwise, you're going to lose.
She don't really seem like she could stand in the pocket, though. I mean, that's not really her style.
Who, Clarissa?
No. Savannah.
Bro, when she knocked out Femke Hermans, that was in the pocket.
Yeah, she has an inside game. Very good inside game. And she has
power.
All that shit she did to Hannah Rankin was in the pocket. Like, the funniest shit about Savannah, yeah, she got the length to have great straight punches, but when she knocked girls out, it's the hooks. It's the hooks that take them out.
I think she got what it takes to beat Clarissa Shields.
I think if she lanes clean, she'll stop her.
Do you think Clarissa has like deceptively long arms?
For other girls, but not Savannah. For every other girl, not named Savannah Marshall.
Because like this is gonna be because if what you're telling me is true about her, the way she's training with Peter Fury, you know, it's gonna be a dangerous one for Clarissa. You know, it's like, you know, hooking with a hooker.
Let's say this, right? And if you know the girls that Clarissa beat in her amateur record, I know that everybody not as hip to it as me, right? But I skimmed through the girls and I was like, wow, man, she's like impressive. She fought a Canadian girl, Mary Spencer. I tell you right now, it ain't a lot of people today that could beat this woman, right? Clarissa beat her. I'm saying Clarissa's a bad motherfucker, but I equate this to the Giants and the Patriots. There's some people out there, they just have your number. They just have it. You know what I mean? They may not be as good as you are overall, but for you, they have your number. They have it. And I feel Savannah's that fighter, that she has your number. The stuff you want to do, you could disarm a lot of girls, probably all the girls, with the stuff you do, except this one. When I look at them, I'm like, I could tell, man, like I could tell when like, yo, you defeated already. You doubtful. You doubt yourself. Not this one. I'm just telling, not this. She don't look afraid. She look like she can't wait to punch you in your face. That's what I see. Whereas Clarissa, it's like, I know that's her character and I know that that's her personality. They're like, no, she going to talk her shit. But some of it is like, you won't stop talking. Are you nervous? Because you won't stop talking. You won't let her talk. Are you nervous? Because you shouldn't be if you believe what you're saying.
And that's one of those things, Jules. She keeps talking because she's trying to convince us that she's convinced she's going to win.
And I'm not. I'm not going to write anyone off. I'm just saying, do I think Savannah has it within her to beat? Oh, yeah. I've been saying that for 3 years. Like, could I see Savannah knocking her out? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all wrong. She's ambidextrous. One of your best weapons is your orthodox jab. She switch off to southpaw. That's going to fuck your shit up right there. And because she's longer than you, that's really going to fuck your shit up because she doesn't need to be close to you to touch you with the jab. She spends the whole fight rolling punches off the shoulder, slipping in and out, and moving between orthodox and southpaw. Getting around your jab, it's not going like. I think people might be surprised how the fight looks.
How easy, because Jules.
Yeah, I think like Savannah has a. Oh, excuse me, my bad.
Like you said, Jules, there was a reason Clarissa was calling out Katie Taylor all these years and not Savannah.
Well, it's not that Clarissa didn't call out Savannah. It's more like when you called her out, she just went pro. And that's what Clarissa never says. You know what I mean? That you calling somebody out that just went pro. Nah, they not going to fight you. Why the fuck would they fight you? They probably got like, what, a fight? 2 fights? Nah, of course they wasn't going to fight you then. That's what she did to Raquel Miller. I spoke to somebody that seen them spar, Raquel and Clarissa. And what they told me is, yo, at least one of them sessions, man, Raquel was getting in her shit. And lo and behold, Clarissa came right up to the conversation. She ain't getting my shit. The fuck you talking about? Ha, 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 ha. I'm like, yo, this broad is everywhere, fam. Like, I'm talking to the fighter on Twitter. Like, we just talking regular shit. Just going back and forth about different shit. We heard different shit. And she's like, yo, I was there. And Raquel was getting in her shit. And I was like, I could see that. You know, it's too bad Raquel's career didn't really take off, but that's what they told me. Like, Raquel was getting in her shit. Here come Clarissa. Ha, 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 ha. What are you talking about? Ha, ha. I'm like, all right.
That's why she don't like
that's
you.
How, no, well, that's how insecure she is. She goes through Twitter and just searches her name to see who's talking about
it. It gotta be because it's like, yo, like, how the fuck do you just pop up in everything? Like, it gotta because I'm like, yo, how the
That's
fuck?
all. No, she does. That's what she does.
You know what I'm saying? And friendly conversation. Nobody was saying anybody trash. It just wasn't that kind of conversation. And it's like, ha ha ha. I'm like, all right, bro. I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, in other words, you got dropped. And I think people don't make enough of it. Hannah Gabriels is older. Hannah Gabriels is smaller. Hannah Gabriels is slower. Hannah's not even that big a puncher. And she puts you on your ass with a glancing blow. She put you on your ass. Savannah's power is real, fam. Like, I don't know why you lying to yourself. You had to go 10 with Hannah. Look at what she did to Hannah. You had to go 10 with Femke. Look at what she did to Femke, fam. They had to carry her out.
If Clarissa,
I think I've also think people are underestimating Savannah's boxing ability because her amateur pedigree is pretty deep too. Like,
yeah, it's not bad. It's just not Clarissa's, but it's not bad. But what some fighters have a better style for the pros than the amateurs. For example, Lauren Price, right? She has a great style for an amateur. When I saw her pro, I saw her debut. I was like, good. Not bad, but Good. I saw her girlfriend, Karis. They always said this. Karis has a great style for the pros. And I'm like, I see it. She sits on her punches. She wants to hurt you. Where in the amateurs, they want activity. And the pros, you know, you got to do some damage out here. You got to hurt somebody. And that's the first shit she went out there. She went out there trying to hurt. And she did hurt the girl. You know what I mean? Some fighter styles is better for the pros. Some fighter styles is better for the amateurs. If you quick and you want to flurry a lot, you probably great for the amateurs. But somebody that has power and can hurt people over time, you won't know that in the amateurs because it's only 3 rounds. In the pros, however, when you got 10s and 11s and 12s and so on, yeah, that's Savannah. Savannah's style is better for the pros than it was the amateurs. So I don't give a shit about a gold medal that she didn't win because you know what? Terrence Crawford's a bad motherfucker and he don't got no gold medals. He got no gold medals. He beat 2 gold medalists. Felix Diaz.
Destroyed Felix Diaz. Man, I can't lie, Jules. I mean, I'm not really into the women's boxing, but man, Savannah Marshall can move. She beat a lot of dudes in gyms.
And you know what? You know what else too? Savannah didn't have to do. Savannah didn't have to come to America, Frank.
I mean, the other.
Come on, man. I'm partial.
Start that shit, yo. Listen.
Hey, there's some good points, but I ain't gonna go there.
All I'm saying is this: just take the personalities out of it, right? Just watch the fights. Just take all the stuff. Just take all of it out, right? You're talking about a taller fighter, longer arms. She could punch straight, but she could also hook and uppercut. She switch. From orthodox to southpaw at the drop of a hat, you don't know when she's going to do it. And she hits harder than Clarissa, all right? That's not saying that Clarissa's some kind of piece of shit. No, she's a great boxer. But don't tell me that Savannah can't knock out. Yes, she can. So you better not get hit. I don't know how you're going to do it because when I think about the fight, I'm like, look, what Clarissa does really well is she'll hit you with shit that you don't see. And when she do that shit enough times, you don't want to throw no more. Because you keep getting popped in your face and you don't see it. So the girls, they'll just fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. That's most other girls. But them fucking girls can't move. They feet is heavy as shit. They stand on their whole foot. Of course that's gonna happen to them.
That shit is natural. That's
Savannah
natural.
Ali.
She's a natural.
She's laying on her feet.
You can't really teach that. I'm gonna just be honest. But you don't teach that. A guy can either dance or he can't.
And when you said something about that. The freaky shit about Savannah is she'll be moving around in and out, side to side, orthodox southpaw on the balls of her feet, but still generate power on the balls of her feet. She not
and not just regular power, but dangerous power.
That's what I'm saying.
Jules, have you ever seen this? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Were you gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
Okay. That's how I like to fight, but trainers would try to beat it out of me. Have you seen that? A kid can move, and trainers will be like, "No, you need to be like this and have your hand up." And
Ronnie did that with not it wasn't Ronnie. Matter of fact, somebody did that with Lara, because Ronnie was the one that said, "Nah, we're not going to change nothing." I remember that was 4 years ago. Ronnie said, "Nah, we're not going to change nothing about what Lara." So it must have been. Did he go to Mundo? I think he went to Mundo, and they tried to get Lara, and that's why you see Lara doing a lot of shit that he doing now, that he don't really be moving like that, that they kind of beat it out of him. Yeah, that like, nah, you got to sit on your punches. You know what I mean?
It's because some kids, I mean, they can just naturally move like that. It's a natural thing. And a lot of trainers don't like that for whatever reason, old school habits.
There's a reason, though. There's a good reason. It's movement for the sake of movement. You know what I mean? That if you hopping and just moving and you just doing that, you burning energy.
Fact. Yeah.
All that movement, like, it got to be for a reason. Like, it got to be for something. Maybe you setting a trap or whatever, but it got to be for something, because if you just doing that shit, you burning energy. You might need that later. Conserve that.
What are we talking about?
When you just moving or be moving.
Oh, like the grace.
You're like, let's say, like, you notice how some guys, they like to hop and they'll be hopping and they'll hopping, and it's like, don't just be doing that shit.
Yeah, Amir Khan was a victim of that. Amir Khan would hop like a bunny. Like when he fought Brett, it's like he was just up and down, and then he got with, I forgot what trainer, and then it kind of settled him.
Because his movements were very predictable. You keep doing that, you're gonna be predictable.
Yeah, like it's a tell. It's a tell. It's a tell. Like Manny had a tell. I forgot what Manny's tell was, but you always knew when he was gonna double and triple up that
He
jab.
would adjust his trunks like side to side and move.
No, it was something with his leg. It was something with his. He had a tell that like right before he bought the shit that he dropped Thurman with. That shit.
Yeah, he kind of shuffled his feet, but like, you ever notice how he kind of adjusts his trunks? Like he kind of like does that thing with his hands where he try to move his trunks up, or like trying to like rub his obliques. Yeah, like that's when he gets hit to the body, and it's like you try to play it off like nothing. But no, that's when you gotta attack him.
But so when you say that some trainers that they try to beat it out of, that would be the why, because it's movement for the sake of move, and that burns energy. You don't want that. Now back to Savannah. What makes me look at her like, wow, is she's on the balls of her feet knocking people out, not sitting on punches.
She's a female Baturbia. Long distance.
Nah, because
I'm joking. But
you know,
she's
like Tyson Fury. Knock a motherfucker out with this much space. This much space.
No, but like that, the heavy hands, like she has really heavy hands because she be on the ball. She she'll be moving like light, crack her with some shit. It's like, damn, that it hurt her.
The best example of balls on the feet to me ever was Tito Trinidad. I'll watch Tito, and he would sometimes get on that front foot, and that's when he whipped the hook, you know, and then he'd be on the back foot.
Maria Lindbergh was my favorite moment. My favorite moment of Tito is when he let Bernard Hopkins punk him and throw the Puerto Rican flag on the ground.
Man, you got to stop with the Puerto Rican hate, because we got. Don't let all y'all Puerto Rocks that want to be mad at somebody. That wasn't me.
Oscar De La Hoya was good on the balls of his feet, man.
Well, that's what Manny Stewart said. There was a comment. Manny said, Oscar, he's got to get on the balls of his feet. Start moving those arms, shoulders. You're in for a long night.
But you guys, you know why?
Or was it George?
Why,
I thought it was George.
Because
it was
Oscar wasn't just
guys, but you know why he was always on the balls of his feet? It's because he wore heels.
Jules eating a chimney.
No, he was left-handed. That's why. The reason was Oscar was actually a southpaw. Oscar was a southpaw, and that's why his hook was his best punch.
And that's what Cotto did. Cotto was actually left-handed, but he chose to lead with his power hand, because it's like, well, most of the punches I throw are jabs, then I might as well use my power hand for my jabs. And that's why he had that mean-ass left hook. That Cotto, he was a little motherfucker, but it was a lot on his left hook. Shit. It was a lot on his left hook, B. Bad motherfucker.
I had a question about that. Jules, who do you think Oscar was best with? Floyd Mayweather Sr.? Who was his best trainer?
Manny
Stewart.
Floyd, Floyd, not a knock on Floyd Sr., right? But that was later in Oscar's career. I just don't. It's kind of like when Tim was with Teddy, that I'm like, I attribute the Tim that I know to Joel Diaz more than Teddy Atlas. So with Oscar, I attribute it more to Manny than Floyd Sr. But they had a good relationship, though. And if you really want to know about the impact that Floyd Sr. had on Oscar, you can ask Oscar. He said that's the best trainer in the world. I don't minimize it. I'm just saying that I don't think Floyd Sr. was a guru.
I miss Manuel Stewart, man. He was a great trainer.
Great,
the best.
He was a great trainer. He was one of the best color commentary guys. I wish we had more trainers doing commentary. Trainers are better doing commentary than fighters.
I told the truth.
I also missed Bert Sugar as a commentator, man. He was good.
My favorite comment of all time, what did he say? He said, we picked the wrong Mexican.
You know what my favorite comment is? When Joe Smith Jr. was fighting Fonfara, they said, he's a cab driver. He's not a cab driver. He's a construction worker. It's a difference. I was like, I can't believe they said that. He was like, not a cab driver. He's a construction worker.
I remember when James Toney was fighting at heavyweight, and they were calling him an overweight tub of goo.
HBO was savage back in the day, man.
They didn't give a fuck.
Went out of the building, man, on that one. I was like, oh my god, they were just capping on him. It was like,
they didn't give
that dude. Tony was a bad motherfucker.
Oh no, yeah. He's like,
I love James Toney, man.
Yeah, like it's like, bro, his chin, like I don't think he ever got. No, he did.
Roy.
It was way late in his career that he finally got knocked out. I think.
No,
I don't think he ever.
So he beat Evander. He beat Holyfield, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about even after that, there was like like on the
third phase,
like a chicken, like on the chicken gizzard circuit. Like this
he never got stopped. He never got stopped.
Never?
Yeah, no, he never did.
He got stopped at MMA. That's it.
I'm about
I'm on Box Shark right now.
He never got stopped.
No, he never did.
Dude, for real, is like a real live Mr. T.
That's some real shit.
Hey, Tony can surprise you. That was the thing about Tony. He could surprise you, man.
Bro, Tony was a bad fucking dude, man.
Like when he fought that one Russian dude that one time, man. He ended
Jirov.
up
Vasily Jirov.
That was a good fight, man. He backed him up.
It's fight of the year, right? I think
Bro, imagine, Julius. Imagine Jirov versus Garcia.
Bro.
Yeah,
the Tiger.
James Toney would have been an all-time great if he had Hopkins' discipline.
Hey, Vasily was slick too. He was slick, man.
Yeah, but on to Garcia, bro. What a fucking disappointment, bro. Like that dude is a bad dude. Like I know Usyk embarrassed him, but there's no shame in that. Like that's a bad dude, and he just don't be fighting for no. Like, bro, fight somebody. God damn it,
dude.
What's your weight division?
Let me tell you, if someone like Tony or some of those other fighters were in their prime today, they'd be running through the divisions easy, man.
Yeah.
Would they even fight though? That's the thing.
Oh my God, James Toney at middleweight today. Good Lord,
bro! Oh my God, bro! Like, if you unleash James Toney in today's middle, that shit would be like the bubonic plague, bro. They would not know what to do with that man, bro. They wouldn't. Motherfuckers will leave. Like, nah, I'm going to super middleweight. Fuck this. I'm out of here, bro.
To go running away to
he would sell too because he's a good trash talker.
Yep,
brother. There's nobody in today's middleweight division for James Toney.
He's funny too, man. Dude be punking people.
Oh yeah,
bro. Remember what he did to ES News? You remember what he told that dude?
That's what I love when he talks shit to Ellie. He's like, "You a Johnson sniffer? You look
yeah."
There was some brother who was on this video that got in his face, and I told him it was a live thing, and I told him, I said, "Dude, you better be cool. James gonna take your lunch money, man."
Shit, yo. Shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just back to Shields and Marshall. That's why it's you got to look at it as a 50-50 fight because Clarissa not no punk. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not big on pure boxers. I never have been, but she's a damn good one. She like damn good, right?
Yeah, she is.
But sometimes, like I said, there's just fighters, they have your number. They know how to beat you. And maybe somebody out there can beat them, but they can beat you. You know what I mean? Even if you're better at other things against more girls or whatever it is, sometimes somebody just has your number. Sometimes it be like that.
What are your thoughts on that co-main with Baumgardner Mayer?
I'm biased and I'm going with Alicia, and I apologize for nothing.
Nah, I'm thinking Alicia.
She's like the Roy Jones.
Alicia or Alicia?
Look. Let me tell you about that fight. The danger for Alicia, is Alicia's economic. She picks her punches. She don't just throw to be throwing. She picks her punches. She
1000% agree.
So the danger is if you over here looking for the shot and you moving and angling and all that shit, if Maya get busy, you got to respond. You have to respond. If she tries to force you to, you have to respond. Because if she look busier than you do in the round, you know what the fuck they gonna do. Even if she really ain't doing shit, you know what the fuck they gonna do. You know.
She is sit up there, fuck around and get out work.
What I see, Alicia don't move her head. That's a problem.
I was thinking.
I disagree.
Look at the last fight.
I think Mayer doesn't move her head.
Mayer don't move her head.
Yeah.
Alicia changed levels. Yep. She slip, move side to side. She do a lot of shit. The problem that I see is not her defense. It's offense. This girl, if she try to get on her front foot and step into her jab, bring over the right hand and try to get busy with you in the pocket, you have to respond. Don't just backpedal.
Don't get outworked. Don't get
outworked. You have to respond.
That's an easy way to lose. That's an easy way to lose. She needs to have a controlled jab and like help. If you're gonna stay close to the girl, all right, but you need to
I see Alicia having to chase Michaela all night. That's what I see.
But that's what I hope. That's what I hope. Before, there's two ways it goes. Either Michaela, and I'm gonna say this because I spoke to her. They believe. Alicia told me that her team believe what Michaela want to do is step into is get aggressive with her. That's what they believe she wants to do. So they working on that contingency that like she gonna try to get wild with me. So I got some shit for her ass. I would prefer that Alicia have her on the back foot because then you're getting outworked. And even though who washing dishes? Because we don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
this ain't home economics, it's a boxing channel, damn it.
You know what I mean? I would prefer that Alicia have Michaela on her back foot because I feel like even though it's a Sky Sports and boxer, it ain't an Accord and Hoyle top rank. You feel me? It's Sky Sports and boxer. In some ways, Michaela's the house fighter. But on a boxer show, I'd say Alicia stands a better chance of getting a fair decision than a top ranked show. You feel me? Because it's not a top ranked show. It's really a boxer show. It's on the undercard of Shields versus Marshall. Who paying for that? Boxer.
Listen, Julius. Listen. She gonna knock her the fuck out. And you need to tell her, yo, you need to, like, you can, even feints, bro. Just come forward with some feints or something. Just look like you're, setting up for something. Don't just be
every time.
Don't let her just throw at you. You moving and but not respond. Like you gotta keep.
I think Alicia will win the fight on the inside because Mayer gets hit a lot. She got hit a lot by Maiva Hamadouche.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, bro, it's not gonna take a lot for Alicia to hurt her. I think it'll take two.
I don't think it's gonna take a lot either. Like I know I'm
taking two good ones and some B-level shots. That might get you a stoppage for real. If she looks
like I know I'm taking it on faith. But I believe if she crack Mayo in the chin, if she just get one good, she'll take her out. I believe. Like I know Michaela tough and all this shit, but she convinced me. That's all I'm gonna say. She convinced me that like if she crack Michaela on the chin, she might take her out.
Yeah, I think also the only other advantage I see that Michaela has is the intangibles, which is Al Mitchell in her corner. But I think the angles, the footwork, the hand speed, like. Alicia has so much sauce. Like sometimes she reminds me of like Roy Jones. She just has her hands down and she's slipping punches and then like throws like a lead hook or some shit. Like I think she'll beat Michaela on the inside, and I actually think she's gonna hurt her to the body because she has a big torso and is wide open.
Yep, and the parallel that I draw, it's like Alicia's a natural. Her movement is just fluid. Like it's like water. Her shit. Whereas Alicia remind me of Achilles, that like it's natural, and Michaela's like Hector. You good, but it's because you're experienced. It's not like, oh, you a natural. You good because you're experienced. You do the basic things well. You got a good jab, good movement, decent right hand, not the best. You could hook a little bit, fight on the inside a little bit, but it looked different when Alicia do it. It's like on some Achilles type fly ass shit. Like it's just
God. Her fight with Soledad Matisse. Oh my God!
Bro, like, she's smooth as room temperature Hennessy. Like she's doing shit, punching in the stomach. Get the fuck out, mop. Get the fuck out of there, mop. Get out of there. Shit was beautiful. And when she does let her hands go, in those instances where she put 2 and 3 punches together, you see that like, she hit fucking hard, man. Like she hit hard. She prefers to pick her punches. It looks like that's what I see though, because I've watched all her fights, and that's consistent with her that. She picks her punches. It's not just throwing to be throwing and just, I'm going to go over there and throw some bullshit. She really do pick the punches she going to throw. And the danger with that is when you're looking for windows, they may not open. That's the danger that like, you might have to get wild with her. Like you might have to get busy. So just be ready to get busy. Like take it to her. You know what I mean? Because Michaela's a good boxer for what it's worth. She is a good boxer.
Yeah, I see parallels with this fight with Spence Crawford a bit, where it's like a really good fundamental fighter versus someone with just a little more flavor that didn't have the Olympic pedigree, but is just incredibly skilled counterpuncher, and I think that's Alicia. But I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, look, like Natasha Jonas, for example, right? And I love Natasha Jonas, don't get me wrong. But the first loss she ever suffered, right? It wasn't to somebody that has a great amateur background. It wasn't to somebody that's like that. Oh, they so. They just hit hard. The girl, just that Brazilian girl, she just hit hard. That's what she had. That she can punch, and she caught Natasha with some shit, and she was just knocking her around. Amateur pedigree didn't matter. Nothing mattered. She just got hit with some shit, and that's boxing, yo. Sometimes you just gonna get hit with some shit. It be like that, right? So, do I think Alicia can beat her? Yeah, she can beat her. But it's close.
Michaela's skill is probably what's going to keep her in there and keep it close, man.
I mean, that's because Michaela's good at so many things. Because she is like, I'm not a hater. She's good at a lot of shit, man. She has a great jab.
Yeah.
Has a great jab. She can bang on the inside, and we saw that in the Hamadouche fight. That like she's not just able to punch there and get off the shots.
Yes.
Most tall fighters. Y'all mic situations, get it together. Most tall fighters, when you close to them, they arms so long they can't get off nothing, which is I know now Michaela's good because when she had Maiva there, she was hitting her with a lot of shit. So it's like, nah, she's good on the inside.
But it's just like, bro, it's like Maiva, she's a good puncher, but it's mostly like an accumulation. Like she just overwhelms you. But like, bro, Alicia, like can you imagine Alicia landing like 5 of the clean shots that Maiva was landing? Like, really think about it.
That's the
difference. And that's how
Michaela's
I see it. Like
Michaela's saying she wants to knock her out, so you already know what that means.
If you go for the knockout, you might get knocked out.
Right, like I see Michaela, she's a good fighter, and she can fight well on the inside, but Alicia can get on the inside, and she can fight well without getting hit on the inside. And I think that's what like separates like a great inside fighter versus a good one.
Like,
just like Terrence Crawford.
Michaela probably watched. Because I know what fight you watched. You watched the Leonardo 2 fight. And the thing about Leonardo 2, if y'all watch that fight, she fight like Mike. Side to side like a metronome, coming in real low, then looking to bring over the big left hook. That's how she fights. She real explosive. And Michaela can't be that. You too tall to fight like that. With the peekaboo coming forward, like you can't do that. And they probably figure, oh, what we gonna do is we gonna pressure Alicia because when she fought Christina, who pressured her, she looked a little bit flustered at times, and she did, yeah. But you can't fight like Christina because you're not built like Christina. You literally you're not. She can be that small target that gets past all the straight. She could be that small target that gets under and around those punches, those straight shots. You can't be that because you taller than Alicia. You can't be that.
Who do you like then?
Alicia.
You have Alicia in that one.
I have Alicia.
I have to be honest. I would plead ignorance on this one. I mean, I haven't really been into women's boxing, but I mean, I've seen Michaela because the ESPN shows, and I just
isn't Alicia an
was never really that impressed with her.
Bro, she's an underdog right now.
Yeah,
bro. If you want to get into women's boxing, watch Alicia's performance against Edith Matisse.
No, I like the Serrano-Katie fight. I thought that was a hell of a fight. I mean,
she's a plus like 220 right now, isn't she? God damn.
But I'm just saying, I've never been impressed with Michaela from just watching her on the ESPN shows.
Yeah.
Well, Michaela's the kind of fighter. It's kind of like Kazuto Ioka. That the genius is in the simplicity. Nothing pops out at the screen about Kazuto Ioka. Like he just does a lot of things well, which make him a complete fighter, but nothing pops out at you. Not the speed, not the power, not the feet, not the agility.
A combination of everything.
It's just everything together. It's like, nah, he's really good. I know that he's not as eye-catching as Chocolatito fighting on the inside, or he doesn't have the fancy feet of a Bam Rodriguez, but he just does all these other things very well. That he's not irresponsible. He doubles, triples up on the jab, puts a right hand out there, brings over a left hook. It all connects.
Yeah, I'm watching. I've seen her. Man, she's good. I don't know. It just always seemed like she's struggling. Like she's part of the struggle squad. Like.
Shit. But look, like I said, Alicia convinced me. I believe
Alicia seems more of a natural. She seems just more natural.
She's the Roy Jones of women's boxing.
It's the movement for me that it's like the girls you fought, as good as they were, Michaela, they don't do none of that shit that Alicia does. They literally don't.
Facts.
And you haven't seen that somebody that could get low and do you haven't, like, don't front. You haven't. And the amateurs, y'all all fighting up, right? Because y'all going for points anyway. Or y'all doing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The struggle squad, trying, like, when we see sometimes amateurs come up, it's like they're still fighting the same way, and then they have to go to a pro trainer. Oh, you have to have a pro style. It's like, okay, man, he has to iron that out.
And I give Michaela credit because I have seen when she first came through, she had that amateur like that shit.
That's probably what I was seeing. The guy who reminds me of that is a guy named Ricky Williams from way back. He just couldn't translate. He was smooth. Ricardo Williams.
And look, that's why that Cruz kid that everybody was making this big fucking shit about the Andy Cruz kid. And I'm like, listen, man, that amateur shit, that's for 3 rounds. And them 12 rounders, that's where you gonna find out what you really are. 3 rounds, you look all right out there doing that bullshit. That's nice.
Yeah, I feel like Keyshawn Davis was punching with him, but it's like that poke and run style is not going to work in professional boxing.
An example is Shakur Stevenson. I mean, when I first seen him, I said, "Oh, that's that amateur style." But it's like he's learning to fight more pro and sit down.
I'll say he has a real pro style now, and I feel that as he gets older, he's gonna become more eye-catching. But what I see is like his jab is great, bro. And what makes his jab great that I think goes unknown. What the fuck are you gonna do about it? When he wanna jab you, he gonna fucking jab, and that's it, fam. You can't do nothing. When he wanna let that jab, what the fuck are you gonna do but get hit? Can't time him, he's too goddamn fast. And he's a southpaw. He's responsible. Get the hand back quick. You can't do nothing with him, fam. It's these little things that I'm like, listen, he would, if you put Davis in there with him, he would fucking play with him. Play with him like a toy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the amateur style has its place, You understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that the way that Shakur's boxing now is not amateur. It's not.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying he's had when I first seen him, on the ESPN cards.
I dig it. I'm just saying, like right now, where he at, he got a pro style. It's just he a pure boxer. He not going in there with the intention that I'm gonna just punch your head into the stands. Feel me? He gonna box.
But that's what I see from Michaela, and I guess maybe that's why I was never that impressed with her.
After 2 title fights, he's grown. I say he's developed well because I see that power too, man. Like he's sitting down on his punches, man. It could really hurt him. But with that speed, oh man! And once he gets older, yeah, you're gonna see.
But Alicia, she's just too natural. That's what I see. I'm going with Alicia. Stoppage, probably 8th or 9th round.
Because what I see is if the plan really is that Michaela want to get wild with Alicia. And I spoke to Alicia, she said that we believe that that's what she want to do, that she want to get wild with us, get aggressive. And I got something for her. I'm like, I'm gonna believe it because she told me before the Harper fight, I'm gonna knock her out. And the way she said it is what kind of gave me goosebumps. That it's like she knew she was gonna knock her. Like I'm gonna knock her out, like on some just matter of fact type shit. I was like, all right.
Now, Jules, I got a question for you. How do you like the way the Canelo undercard shapes out now?
I mean, we got Bam, but what else? Oh, right, we got Ammo, right?
Hey, we might get the Kawaguchi unification on there too. Don't forget,
bro. Kawaguchi's a
don't Canelo got a promotional company now,
bro? He's a little 108 now already, for real. I'm telling you.
Listen, Hiroto Kawaguchi, I'm gonna say he gotta be top 3 inside fighters, bro. Top 3
amazing.
At least.
He's amazing, bro.
Nah, maybe it's 2. Top 5 though. Top 5.
He's great, bro. Fuck.
Inside fighters, it's not a lot of guys like Hiroto, bro. It's Choco, Bam, Hiroto. It's Choco, Bam, and Hiroto.
Yeah, bro. It's gonna really be so crazy when Hiroto starts moving up too, bro. Because like, if you think about it, bro, 112 to 115, no matter what, any top 3 matchup there, but like 3 to 5 guys, it's all bangers. It's all good champions. And it's like you got Bam, who's gonna be able to bounce up and down too in between. So let's say
move up,
Sonny and Martinez unify after they face that mandatory of Royal if he wins. It's like, bro, Bam can easily just go back down and
Yo,
Isan.
Yo,
how dope is it going to be when we collect our money September 17th?
I'm telling you, bro, shit's gonna be crazy out in these streets. Yo, Drew, it's gonna be crazy in these streets, bro. It's gonna be crazy in these streets.
Oh shit, but nah, Junto, man, when Junto move up, that's
Junto Nakatani.
I know Jules don't want to see Bam take on Chocolatito though, man.
No, I really don't.
I do.
No, I don't need that. I don't need that. Listen, I'm old. My blood pressure, like, I don't need that. Just look. Just give me. Nah, look. Give me Choco versus Ioka after Estrada, and let him retire.
That'd be a good one.
No. I need this. I don't want to see it, but I need to because I need Bam to.
No, I don't
reach
need
his
that.
potential. I need that. I don't need
that. I don't need that. All right, I had to live through. No, I don't need that. I had to look in the same life cycle. I had to see my man Mike lose. I took that hard, bro, because I thought he was invincible. I took that hard. I had to see my man Roy get slid under the ring. That hurt, bro. That hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to see. And then I seen Choco get knocked. I'm like, oh man, and he got knocked out bad, dog. Yeah. Where people thought his career was over.
Yeah.
Mine was seeing Tito get knocked out. That was probably
That was beautiful
moment.
That was a thing of beauty. There's nothing better than when Cotto took a knee against Margarito too.
Bro. When Manny got knocked out by Marquez, oh man.
I was in I was in a house I was only Mexican in a house of like 25, 30 Filipinos. And it was fucking it was fucking amazing.
Jules.
When Manny got knocked out, bro, I was so drunk and I laughed so hard, bro. Because remember, I was a bit of a Floyd tart at the time. So when he got it, and one of my mans in them swapping down, man, Peggy, hey, motherfucker, you gonna see. When he got knocked out, I looked right over at my man.
And that was, Jules, that was the first fight knockout where the memes went viral like crazy. The memes for that shit was fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah,
the one of Manny laying on the bench is crazy,
bro. They had him flying through the sky. They had Manny. They had
him leaning like Michael Jackson in the
bro.
They
had him.
Hey, you could hear him snoring too. He was like snoring.
He was out.
He's not getting up.
He went to sleep.
He's not getting up.
I hated seeing Chavez Sr. lose, man. That got me pissed.
Oh yeah, I hated Oscar for that shit, bro.
Hey, Jules, the homie for Tarver, Roy kicked everybody out the house. He was like, "Y'all gotta
go." That shit. Like Roy was like, I'm not going to say he did for me. Like Mike was an immortal figure for me because remember I was a child at the time, so I didn't have a concept of a lot of things. But I really thought like Mike was like the most invinciblest human on the planet, son. To lose the Buster Douglas, bro.
Man, one of my great moments I had was Foreman Moore. I was in a room full of friends and they were all talking shit about Big George and making fun of him the whole fight. That 10th round came around, boop. Bing! Out he went. And I was like, I told you.
Faith in humanity restored when George did. Because that was like fairy tales can come true. Because remember, when George came back, people didn't take him seriously till the Holyfield fight. And he lost that fight. But because of what he showed, like, nah, he's serious.
Hey, an all-time one that lasted was what the F moment was Zoo and Zab.
Oh yeah, the chicken.
And Cedric ended up doing a bit on it. He said, "Don't play with matches."
Hey, Jules, Leo's in the comments, man. You want to throw him a link?
I'm old, bro. We've been on for 2 hours. I'm about to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, damn.
Catch y'all on the next one. Y'all gonna see me tomorrow at Punch Perfect. I'm gonna be on there at 3:00 Eastern time. We gonna chop it up, shoot the shit. Gentlemen, always a pleasure. I will see y'all on the next live. And I am going live just in case Ryan get his ass knocked the fuck out. I want to be on camera when if it happens.
I want to see that so bad.
I'm not saying he's going to get knocked out, but if he do, I need to be on camera when it happens.
Yeah, let's all have a belly laugh for that.
You know what I'm saying, gentlemen?
See you in the next
Fellas,
one.
have a great night. Jules, thank you for having me on. Have a great night, brother.